Alright, we've been shooting the shit. We've been talking about random stuff for like an hour and a half. This is it. Under 60 seconds. If there's
We're
anything
playing
you needed to,
TF2.
if there's anything you needed to go do, go run, go do
Yeah,
it.
do it
'Cause it's
right now,
gonna
the
stay-
game's
'cause
starting.
yeah, it started live. So hurry, people run, go. All right. Preds. The Preds have been sitting for like an hour and a half. They might have been.
I feel like Preds had to be
people
reset by this point.
probably got scammed a little bit because the players are different. So sorry, but okay, us we get a free pass. So what do you think? Sunshine in particular. What do you think's happening?
I have to think thoughts.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. Artist compared to Sin Karma, I'm gonna say is pretty like even, maybe a little upgrade. But I feel like it's pretty even. I think Alex was a bigger upgrade than Sin Karma personally, just because I have a very high opinion of Alex at EXE. Lol guy over Seeds, just because of the ping difference. I think it's gonna be like I don't know. I honestly have no. Even if they had their normal rosters, I feel like this one's totally up in the air. I'm gonna say with Ford Gaming, no, Witness Gaming 4-3, 5-3. That's what I'm gonna say. Witness Gaming 5-3.
Witness Gaming, hello.
But not Witness. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm alright. My brain's fried.
No, we're casual casting this. I think it's gonna be like, a GCI like 4-2 or something.
GCI, that's it. That was, you know what it is? They have the same.
They got Witness on both teams.
We are going to mid here. We do have everyone's just kind of standing around. Low guy's like 25. Okay, low guy's 25. We do see a big bomb in from Sin, but he's behind. Both soldiers bombing in.
Yeah. Immediately falls. Rakusa dying as well. Logai, despite getting so low. Oh, never mind. I had to curse the Cafes. Able to clean up that kill. 2 players left alive for the side of GCI. Almost calling the Witness because Artist isn't the server, but yeah. Will get cleaned up. Artist, last one alive on the wrong side of it. He takes Alpha with his last breath.
Excellent.
Well, that was quite the bit.
That was a psychology frag. That was definitely. I can hear Alpha complaining about that from here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a demo trade though, so I think
you'll be
Alpha,
okay. That's like the why did you do that? Why was he there? Kind of frag. And
no, respawning, rolling out.
Yeah, we do have GCI posted up on second now. Ubers are even. We do have a big bomb. I think Forder just might be full sending it.
They're trying to go forward off the fact that Artist was rolling out, but immediately dropping
behind.
2.
We got double popped.
And getting cleaned up as well. So GCI did a pretty good job. They didn't have a demo. There was no stickies, no lockdown, no insta-kills there yet. They somehow persevered. And I guess the execution from Ford was a little bit off, dropping 3 players. Are only collecting Catface, and it's going to let GCI go ahead and take back the mid fight, or the mid for themselves. Even Ubers though, so after it's taken, he's going to probably slow down a little bit. We do have Sandblast Spy. He hasn't come out of spawn yet. Is he just checking? Yeah, he's just checking. He's back to last. He's
back to last side. No, a little too early to start the memes yet. Oh yeah.
What is this exchange?
They want to go in.
Yeah,
Logai has not popped. Logai does not look like he wants to pop, and they're just gonna leave. So blue pop through Uber. Nothing happened. I don't know what they're thinking. Yeah, I don't know what the theory was. Maybe they just were like, they're close cafe, and then Ford just kind of backed up. But Ford Gaming are pushing in through. Oh, the damage is insane. Someone got airshot. The Rakusa he got the force at least, but he did get doubled. So one for the frag video. Caps eats a pipe. Catface is caught in, unable to clean up the frag. So Witness Gaming are going to be down 2 kills here, but they do have Uber ad. But again, you can have Uber ad, but if you don't have Uber, you don't get that Uber. It doesn't matter. They're gonna have to back up the last here. It looks like they're in lobby. They're out.
Don't have the players from losing the people at mid. They had to spend so much to be able to get that force out. They do have an ad of their own at the very least, so maybe their situation on last won't be permanent per se. I can only imagine they're gonna try to push out. Doesn't look like they have off classes, so.
Yeah, I think Ford Gaming thinks the same thing too, because Ford Gaming is sitting basically as far away as he possibly can while still looking into second. They're they're back on bats, and May's gonna try to get in without using here, but they did notice Logan's kind of sneaky trap here, but they want to fight this because Ubers are even again. And now Sophie's bombing. The Uber gets forced out from May, but Sandblast is gonna get saved in the Uber, and Scout might be caught out. Does he get caught out? Oh, but the Ford Gaming Uber's better, and they're on the chase.
Able to clean up 3 people in this post.
GCI.
Just 2 players left alive. Trying to get on the point. 1 shot on the Logai, able to clean him up. But with that few players left to defend this point, this is going Ford Gaming's way. So they're able to take the first round of Sunshine in this this match that is finally underway.
This is their map pick. I do remember that. This is the Ford Gaming map pick.
Oh wait, that is their map pick.
Yeah, so I do expect them to win this match. So maybe I bet on the wrong team, but I will say.
True, I forgot. I honestly forgot about who picked what.
Yeah,
maybe I would have voted for Ford if I remembered that.
Yeah,
but it's been forever.
Yeah, this is the Ford map pick. But honestly, with the demos getting shaken up, who knows? Someone tried to do the fast bomb, but Logan intelligently rolls out into Valley. So Logan doing the Valley rollout. Actually, his whole team rolled out into Valley. Very interesting. You kind of... It's one thing to see demos roll out into Valley, but their whole team rolled out. But here's the big...
Oh, Rakuso.
Gonna airshot Logan, and Catface is in. GCI's just holding W, but May's dead. They need to collapse here onto Logai. Logai's gonna drop low. It's Catface on the chase, and he gets it.
Alpha last one alive for the side of forward. Dueling Catface over by Cafe, but reinforcements have arrived. Caps putting a little bit of damage into him as well. And GCI turned things around a little bit in terms of the mid fights, taking one for themselves to get this cap in their favor. So both medics died. May's gonna spawn first.
He does
so...
get the good spawn actually,
yeah,
and he gets forwards.
It's like a... I don't really say it's not ad. I mean, like...
Yeah. It's ad if you really, really want it to be ad, but it shouldn't be.
Maybe if you build and Logai doesn't.
Yeah. If they really believe in themselves, maybe. But I don't know. Considering they're down around, I don't know if they're gonna do shenanigans like that. I might expect something more along akin to like an off class or just sacking. I don't. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, last time I can like remember that Uber exchange. I guess maybe they thought they had ad or something. So that didn't really work out very well in their favor. So I'd be kind of surprised if they did almost like the same thing again. Granted, this situation would be better. It's not a flat-out Uber exchange. It's like technically ad, but you don't push on 15 ad on Sunshine. That's not a thing.
Zilly got chap banned.
Unfortunate.
Sag.
Caster has fallen.
Sag. Yeah, hate to see it.
Well, even Ubers.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. That's the only reason I brought it up. And it looks like they're attempting to do something now, but Sin got kind of spammed in the door and backed up. So here we are. We're chilling. No one's... They can't get through the door because they're spamming too hard. They're just spammed. They're not even sacked.
I think they're just trying to spot stuff and like draw eyes or something. Actually, I have Rakuso trying to work his way through.
Oh, he's in.
Going over Logan, shot into Logai. Oh, the surf. A little bit of movement, making sure that air shot does not connect. So now Forward Gaming have a position, try to move forward, and moving forward, Howard is still lagging. Holy! Please take a look. Please take a look at Howard.
He's in the Matrix.
Well,
but here's the sack in from I thought I saw someone pogo, but
yeah,
I guess not.
I think he screwed up. I think he tried to bomb in and it messed up. I'm keeping my eye on Howard. Howard is...
Yeah,
if
he has the Matrix lag.
It's going to be him, yeah.
Yeah, he has the Matrix lag. It's impossible to hit. It's going to make everyone complain in the enemy team. It's honestly, even if you can't do anything, it's immense psychological warfare. And I feel like GCI are probably confused that Witness Gaming did not sack. I would be confused if I were them. Maybe they might even think there's a spy just because there was no counter sack.
I think they saw him though. They like saw him trying to pogo into Valley because they have a Valley spotting guy, right? But Rakuso going in, try number 2, but he's not quite hitting the mark. Face up against the wall. Unable to see Logai more than just a little bit of a rocket splash damage. So gonna be a-okay, and now they're in a position to try to do a counter sack. Oh, he's in. May popped into the air, but not quite enough damage. Once again, 50 damage rocket surfs away. So soldier for soldier between these two teams. So a little bit of a slow pace stalemate here, just trying to feel each other out, and I'm looking forward to a 2-man here, at least some sort of like behind player something, because right now it seems like the solo soldier endeavor is not leading to be too fruitful. But I mean, hey, if it's your bread and butter, then I mean, whatever.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I didn't expect. I mean, maybe it was just the first 2 times, but if they just keep sending solo Crusoe sacks over and over again, okay.
Fake bomb.
Okay, yeah, he not today. Oh, not today. He's fake bombed. Gonna live to die again very quickly another day, presumably, because he's getting buffed, which means he's probably inevitably gonna sack. Is this gonna just be solos over and over? Oh wait, they get Soapy on a trap. Maybe they might do something off that.
He tried to stand on top of the rim above Valley, I think, and got 8 a trap. So
and
player
they
advantage.
did the Logan trap. I think they're just gonna try to walk through. And look at Rakuso. He's in the skybox. Rakuso's behind. But Half-Face dies to the trap, and now Rakuso's behind, so they're gonna have to be a little careful.
Yep, Alpha is going to fall to spam, so 5v5 scenario. They're trying to chase on Rakuso, and will actually kill him, and the respawner from Soapy is actually arrived. So yeah, they're trying to bomb on him, dropping very low. Oh, Last Dragon will miss him, but eventually the Uber will get popped to save him. But 3 players down for the side of GCI, though. And enemy team's here. And Artist jumps away into a Howard who was behind Caps, actually staying to try to clean up this kill on Howard because he knows his medic is probably dead. And he actually gets it. He's just running amok on the enemy team, but will eventually die.
On the flank. He's behind. Is he going to come for a back or go for Logai? They have no idea. They have zero idea. He missed the first shot. He got him.
Oh, yeah. 2 shots is all you need. He's able to get those off. And
Rakuso going anyway, it gets sandblasted.
And it's his own territory, so going and securing that kill for his team. And that was a nice salvage play coming out of Catface, making sure that an ad isn't, you know, not in their favor. But oh, nice play from Soapy. Catching out
catching
Artist
out Artist.
after Sin had already initiated
Alpha's
in. And
hurt
now
on mid though. But Soapy is behind. That's gonna be annoying to deal with, and they're actually gonna let Ford Gaming here cap the point. So Artist is gonna have a poopy respawn, and it's gonna be way back in spawn. But Soapy
fall
died.
damage. I think he tried to cancel it, but
He
it
did,
didn't really work
yeah,
out.
he did, and just I don't know when he took damage from the first place, but Soapy
10
down.
damage, 10 damage scatter from across the map.
Yes,
knocked him from 24 to 14.
It was something like that. Absolute tragedy. Poor Soapy. Logan has the ammo box trap, which is kind of stinky, but it depends if they push that door or not. But Ubers are basically even, so I guess nothing happened at the end of all that. With GCI, I keep saying Witness because I see Artist and Lolguy are at the top of my HUD, so that's the first thing I see, and I'm going to be doing it all match. I apologize in advance.
The stream sees it too. They're like,
It's
they probably
it's
get
just
it.
the cursed cast. It's inevitable.
I expect it to happen at least once a map, realistically. You'll just, you already did it once in your prediction. You said, I think Witness is going to win this game.
Yeah. I see Logan has the anti-soldier no fun trap, so we'll have to see if Soapy rolls bombs into the no fun trap. He doesn't have the lighthouse one, but he has the one.
Oh, he hated it. All right. I mean, if they're just doing solo soldier sacks for both these teams,
Yeah,
it's to
why
be
not?
expected. Just put up the soldier trap. Works out.
Soapy and Rakusa are gonna have the worst KDs.
Oh, he gets propelled up into the air from Alpha's rocket, and he's actually going to all. He dies to one as well. They just take turns dying to anti-soldier traps in the air.
I'm telling Rakusa and Soapy are gonna be like 10 and like 40 at the end of this game.
For sure. Howard going in for a sack will eventually fall to Artist's pipe. So, you know, sack after sack. Now GCR on the move to try to make a play for themselves. Sin is actually in Cafe, kind of alone. Too hurt to actually sack, so the team's gonna pressure Valley a little bit. Rakusa though is unable to sack as well because he was rolling out. So
Artist is really close in Valley. He was like,
yeah.
when GCI look like they want to do stuff. They look like they want to like move places, like do something other than sit on two, which I don't blame them for. But every time they tried it so far, it has not ended well.
I mean, Rakusa was rolling out, and then Sin like was poking around Cafe, then he got kind of rolled and had to back up, and was no beam near him, so you have no soldier bomb. And then the scouts were double combo and couldn't just like barrel through like Logan stickies. So ultimately nothing happens. Maybe if a soldier was, maybe if Sin was like on the combo beamed, he would have felt like he could have bombed Valley or something. But I think he wanted to sneak through Cafe and just couldn't find an opening.
Yep.
So
We're waiting on Ford now to. The ball's in their court to do something, but they're up 1-0. Maybe they have decided to park the bus. We'll have to see. It looks like they're actually gonna elect to go Cafe. They have a lot of players. Okay, the soldiers. They buffed the soldiers and. So I think both soldiers are going to bomb in from choke. Yeah, here comes Soapy. He's in very deep. He's going to faceplant into Artist. Artist barely living there with, 50 HP. And that was their solo sack. So they did all that. Soapy died. His KD is now worse. He is playing Roamer. And here comes the sack from Rakusa. He's coming in. He gets an initial decent rocket off, and he actually lives there. And they got Alpha. And look, the other soldiers in, they get the force. They did something happen.
So much distraction from the soldiers. They
They're
actually
still behind.
they've both lived, at least until now. Sin will eventually. Oh, he gets the rocket out. What was that? I saw that through the wall. Oh my god. All right, well, good plays coming from the GCI soldiers. Yeah, they have their Uber too. This is gonna be this. Oh, maybe it won't be a free 2 because they are down a flank.
They look like they want to fight this.
They will. They'll push off it. It just won't be free. They don't have a hold. Oh yeah, Ford will fight this. They know that GCI's full squad isn't here if they try to walk through the doors right now. He's making space.
He didn't notice the trap, but the trap's in the other part of the map. Soapy's trying to pressure into Sin. Actually does do decent pressure, but he might be caught out here. He's caught in Valley, and Soapy's in the skybox. Does he get her shot?
Will eventually clean up the fall damage.
During all of that, Lolguy almost has Uber, but he's on last. I think they realize they don't want to do a risky push out of last when they're up around.
I mean, after all the time that's been taken off, to get their Uber, I'm sure they're happy with it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy.
Forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the bomb.
In.
Spawn.
They get Sandblast, actually. That's a huge pick. And look how deep they are. They're just in. I don't know if they think it's ad, but it doesn't matter.
They're not actually holding doors.
Wait, no, okay, they got it.
Yeah, Logan ducked into spawn as well, so he wasn't actually holding any of the doors.
I don't think they expected it, because I wouldn't have expected it. They just kind of walked in.
Yeah, I think they just thought, like, oh, it's been solo sacks this entire game, so the fact this guy's in means that's all it's going to be. So they were just like, they didn't feel like they needed to, I guess, and then it kind of, bit them at the end of the day.
I think their sack also went so well. I'm sure like Rakusa or someone just called like, hey, they're all in spawn, so they just kept walking in. There's no sniper or anything to deal with.
Oh, the damage on the scouts, the red scouts.
Yeah, Artist, you know, maybe that's why they tried to deny him, because he did a lot of damage there to the scouts. The classic Sunshine mid, and here comes the bombs in. A lot of May's gonna die instantly. Well, guys, in choke, but there's a very healthy soldier bombing on him. He doesn't get the rockets off, though.
He missed both his rockets.
May has the jukes.
Well,
But Caps is in trying to pressure. I think they're gonna collapse on Lolguy here. Lolguy is probably gonna be pretty nervous here. Catface is behind, and they don't know. Catface is in Valley.
Who's on
He might get Logan here.
Round of the corner, one shot, two shot, dead.
Oh,
wait, he gets stabilized as well.
He's in a frag video. Catface frag video? No, he's dead.
He's literally mid-frag video. Oh, I thought he was gonna throw it right there. I thought that was gonna be the clip.
He did, I would have screamed. That was, he should have, he got the one, that was fine, but he just lived for so much longer after that. You can tell that people are kind of already tired going into map 1 because there's some shenanigans happening in terms of players not dying when you'd expect them to.
Who was the person that yelled, "I'm literally mid-frag video right now"? I can't remember. Who was that? That was like years ago. That was like 8+ years ago.
I remember there was the, I can't think of it. It's the video of Max the sniper made killing people, and he's just like, I was gonna make a frag video. I think it was like Stopper or something. Was it Stopper? I think it was Stoper or Stopper, whatever his name is.
No, I'm thinking of a different clip. I think it's a non-Highlander clip. It's so old though.
They haven't done anything while they're just nothing's happened while we're talking. Okay, they finally use him. They're using it. Little guy's in choke. Artist is so deep, but he doesn't get any damage.
His teammate. Oh yeah, no damage.
Caps
They're on the chase though.
Caps backs up. Okay, so they do Uber in, but Lolguy has full Uber here, and they have to stack this point, but I don't know if they're going to get it. Yeah, they're just in so deep, but they're actually, everyone's out, so... Okay, so Ubers have been exchanged, and there's been 0 deaths.
Yeah, pretty much the story of
no deaths.
The game so far. Recurso is behind, though.
Oh, they get Soapy, though.
Too.
Flank
watch
pressure,
Recurso. Watch Recurso here. Recurso getting the medic and the Lolguy, able to secure that kill. What a play.
A lot of players, so they can't even really contest this that well. Alpha's like waddling under the point, kind of trying to go for a sneaky play. Hope they don't notice him, but he doesn't like to leave. And now looks like it's GCI's turn to take the mid here, and they have pretty sizable Uber add to boot.
Yeah, honestly, looking at both these teams, it seems like GCI look pretty comfortable playing slow. Like, it feels like they're pushing off at advantages where you need to play slow to win, like on paper, and it doesn't look like they're necessarily rushing anything, and they're playing exactly how they need to, except...
vaporized? I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I think he ate a trap
Alpha's
and
off the
bomb.
May does not pop, though. They're going to get Alpha, so at least it is a trade at minimum.
Oh, Recurso might die. Oh, barely scattering underway to safety, so gonna use that knockback to his advantage, and they still technically have an Uber in here. Dungeon timed? Yes, no, dungeon time?
Maybe.
Oh, they don't think it's that anymore.
Oh, okay.
They think it's equal.
They pushed on less. they pushed on less Uber red, so I'm surprised.
What? Okay, they're going. Never mind. They didn't want to.
I was gonna say
they're straight in, but it's
I was gonna say I would be surprised. Artist is gone though. Artist. Wait, is he?
Wait, they're leaving lower. May is surfing down.
May almost died to a pipe. Is
Bomb
he?
From Alpha.
Okay, he died.
Alpha
the collapse.
secures the kill as well.
And then I saw the Pudis there. Alpha drops a blind for some reason, even though he's on Pudis. Or no, he's on Soldier.
Yeah, he's on Soldier. He's the one that bombed in and got May.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah. So Lolguy does have Uber had to push out with here, and no heals. Catface is still fighting this like he does have heals, but he does not. But he's making actually an extraction for Recurso. Recurso in, but Lolguy has the jukes. Lolguy is spinning and so.
He hit a roller.
Oh yeah, he is really hurt, but GC are gonna back up off of that. The Uber ad's only like 35%. It's not huge, but it's definitely enough you have to be scared of it. But I think they're gonna dry.
Yeah,
but
the player ad is pretty sizable.
They have to be careful here because if they get a little too greedy before Uber, their respawns are about to be here. So this is basically a 6v6 with they're gonna get Uber towards the end of the fight.
True.
Oh, the GCI backs up.
Yeah, I mean, the respawns for Sunshine Second are like pretty favorable for your team, but they still happened way too late. So
yeah,
I guess it makes sense.
I'm surprised they didn't go for anything on mid, but you know, but they're better players than I am, and it looks like they're gonna get forced very early. I don't know spam or they just wanted to use, but they Uber and don't get anything, and now just as they're just starting to cap now, and now it's dungeon time.
Yep, no, this is dungeon time. Just sneaking through.
Oh, they have no idea.
They have
no idea. They're on the point. They haven't even known yet. They get the point though, but Alpha actually trades for Caps because Caps got like 3 rockets, and they're not capping. But no one's behind. Okay.
Really pretty big. It means they can't continue to roll the player advantage.
Maybe push mid off this. Even though Caps is dead, they still have a pick. It's a 5v4.
True. And Caps is actually going to spawn sooner than them, so that's it's not all bad. So trying to go in off the parade advantage. You have actually a person behind one of the soldiers is able to escape through Valley. So just both teams opting to leave mid when it doesn't look too favorable for them. So, but I mean, they do have an Uber ad to work with, trying to block this point. Bombing in, both is actually going very deep in Recurso and Logan. Yeah, Logan's gonna fall. No demo man. It's gonna be a bit difficult to do a demo man bomb with your Uber if that's the route you want to go. So, but GCI, I think they've recognized that this Uber is a little bit too scary for them. Gonna go ahead and back up the 2. And
they have to be watching. They don't have
They're
to.
trying to go through.
No, I'm surprised there's no one trying to go behind her. May's spawned out. May should die. Yeah, May's dead. But it's all the collapse now. They do have Caps here. Caps is getting fired. If they can get the pinch here, they can maybe salvage this. And this artist did hit a big pipe. And the frags are all going GCI's favor.
Yep, trying to collect as many as possible in this scrappy fight. Although Sandblast is actually collecting a couple kills here, trying to get more.
Oh, artist
able to clean up artist at the red scouts
at the very end. But May spawned so early that he actually doesn't have anyone to heal. So Ubers are even.
He's on Pyro because he knows that his team's not going to be up. Yeah. He could have. I mean, he had to.
Oh, are they gonna get? No, they're not gonna get it.
He had to go Pyro because if he just sat in spawn and tried to crit heal his teammates, they would have gotten ×4 on point and just won. Yeah. He had to do that.
He had to. They would have lost if he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Although, one for the frag books, and Lolgai is gonna have. Lolgai is, I think, gonna recognize that he has pretty decent ad now because they basically just killed his pause.
Oh, are you ready for another hour bonanza? Artist lag probably. That's my guess, or maybe Artist or Howard.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a Ford gaming player more. Actually, well, Artist is Ford, but it's one of the two. Those are the two most. They have the highest pings, and perhaps not a coincidence, they also tend to lag out the most. So it's probably one of those two. I think I'm curious to see what Ford Gaming do here to push into last, because I'm sure they recognize they have massive Uber ad, and they are building with Alpha on the pickaxe. So it's gonna be they're gonna end up in a last push here. Looks like everyone's aware of that, so we'll just have to see what exactly. Did they have a good last push?
I mean, they just tried to run in with I mean, the round they got. I think it was like free-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they've had a real last push with like Putis and etc. on last.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna do a classic top right push, even though it's not up yet. You can see that Caps is on NG and he's going towards his own left shutter. So the gun's gonna be there. I can only imagine they spot it there, and they're gonna try to go that door to just get the gun out of the picture right off the bat. So it probably is what's gonna be happening here.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they had a sentry, but Caps just is on engineer because he's in spawn with his little lunchbox in midair.
Yeah, he just spawned right now mid pause.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but May is. I think he was about to come up, so we are gonna have. I see a lot of gift subs. So shout out to whoever's giving all the gift subs.
Let's go.
Yeah, Pog. We do. Yeah, I guess we're just waiting. I don't. Let me. Do I ask someone?
I mean, Witness Artist lagged out literally yesterday, like mid-match.
Yeah,
that's what that pause was for. And then I literally mentioned like 2 or 3 times in the whole like 2 hours that we've been here that Howard has been lagging like nobody's business, like literally teleporting, like the type of lag that I don't know if it's still a rule.
Oh, Lolgai lagged out. Oh no.
Oh no, their ad is just gone. Maybe.
That's. Might be disastrous, but Lolgai Sampley says he'll be back, so I don't know what that means. But...
Oh, that's gonna be okay. So the pause is 90 seconds in the future. They probably already pushed. Yeah. They used their Uber. They didn't lose it.
The question is whether they won the round or not.
Yeah, I don't. The timing could be really bad.
Myself.
Here, I think the bottom line is I feel like unless this last push went terrible and it leads to a last 2 stalemate, Lolgai's timeout is not going to be in a stalemate. It's going to be like in the middle of a mid fight or like backwards transition to their own mid or something like that. Probably.
I got a gift sub, PogChamp. Thank you, person who gave me a gift sub.
Let's go.
I think that I think that's my only gift sub. Damn, I feel so privileged and honored. We used so many of like the time killing things to talk about in the pregame. I'm like struggling to think of something to talk about that's like relevant to TF2.
We used up our drip check. We used up our ping comparison.
I used up like all of like the like menial stupid things I can say to just use words and waste time. And I have reached the point now where
running on empty.
Yeah, I'm running on empty here. Oh, perfect.
We're saved. Let's go, Pog you.
We have the Caps engineer coming up. I should have talked about Caps engineer. He has the duck head on. He doesn't wear that on any other class, but
we could drip check the off classes.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's the advantage of last. We do have Catface Sniper, who's no hats, spinning around on last. He's actually gonna get bombed to dot. Yeah, he's gonna
barely
die.
gets the kill.
He walked into the doorway as Soapy pre-fire bombed it, and it was just all over for him. So
Sad timing.
yeah, it'd be like that. Now Soapy's gonna try to spam the gun. Soapy out here, no Highlander on Soapy's watch, and here comes the Uber in. Logai's still in the server here, but Ford aren't getting any point time. There's no point time.
They get Rakusa at the release, so they have a player to work
And they
with.
get Sin, but Logan is so hurt.
They get some positioning. The heavy actually almost gets blasted towards the point, but clutching those frags in the middle of that Uber was enough to make sure they contain themselves and get the foothold over the enemy team's. Last of the round will go in favor of Ford Gaming. 2-1 in this half. Now, my eyes are peeled purely on the Logai cam.
Yeah, when
to
did he
see
lag out?
when he lags.
It'd be funny if you like lagged out just as like you had to heal someone, so their bid was really poopy. But I mean, it must have been during the bid fight because the little guy, I'm watching him. He's rolling out. He's pretty good so far. Maybe he didn't like out of the server and he just got it's medic.
Maybe it's when he's dead.
Yeah,
for his
maybe.
sake, hopefully. But the mid is still going right now. Nothing's
Oh,
happening.
there he goes, there he goes.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. And the mid is won by GCI.
They're not shooting.
They're not shooting. They don't
Wait.
recognize it. They don't notice. He was literally in Valley, and they were chasing everyone in choke and just
Yeah, he
ignored
didn't
him.
even die. He was just AFK. If he honestly, yeah, little guy
What
says,
the heck?
little guy accusing Caps of DDoSing him. Not surprising. The
Oh,
little
one
guy,
mid for
oh, that's
GCI.
true. I forgot about the little guy Caps like weird like frenemy relationship they have. So
love to
definitely,
see
yeah,
it.
there's gonna be some banter going back and forth.
That's not as serious as the banter that we've been
Oh yeah,
experiencing
it's good banter, not like the I'm actually angry kind of banter. Yeah, we do have a Sentry on last. We have the Sandblast Engineer with a nice unusual effect actually. He has for a man who almost never plays Engineer, he does have a nice unusual effect. Oh no, Jarrett's in there like that. No, he's back though. I think, hopefully. Jarrett liked out.
Now I'm getting messed with. What the heck's going on here?
I was gonna say,
What
I
is
heard.
this cursed match?
I thought somebody joined to troll and just like, you know, like a certain unnamed player who is currently banned from Twitch chat has in the past, but yeah, I thought you just liked that, and then I was very distraught.
I mean, usually when I lag out, it's like 5 seconds, so that's
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah, we do have the sentry gun and the power position on the point, so very exciting stuff coming out here. Everyone on GCI's, we have the Catface Heavy, which makes me very happy inside. I love the Catface Heavy.
it's really interesting because it's not ad.
Even his Heavy is smiling. Even his, oh, now he's frowning. His model was just standing there with a big old smile on his face, and Soapy is
Ooh.
air shot and dead.
Yeah, just 1 for 1. It's interesting how they're going to work with this heavy. Like, usually it's post-Uber type stuff, but we've seen 2 Uber exchanges from GCI so far that have just been like, screw it, let's go in.
Uber
like,
changes, yeah, it's even.
And it's
I
not, it
don't even
hasn't
know
been
Uber
working.
changes. They're just pushes.
Yeah,
it's like
and
you
they
know, how
haven't
there's a
been
dry
working.
push without Uber. They're like wet pushes. Like they're just going in.
Yeah. I don't want to think about wet pushes. That
Yeah,
doesn't
that
sound
was
very good.
maybe a poor phrase, but
Never
you know,
say that phrase ever
Yeah,
again.
well, what's the opposite of dry? That's not the word wet.
Just not. You just don't go there.
There's no. Is there? I need a thesaurus.
Dolphin just said a word that will not be repeated, and I'm thankful that he is muted for the stream.
My broadcaster is trolling.
Even Uber's Rakusa will bomb in to try to create some space, and Caps will follow suit. Taking a lot of damage though. Getting cleaned up
Rakusa
by the
gonna
sniper
die,
from
too.
Howard and Rakusa falling in.
So there's their double.
Yeah, there's their 2-man, and Alpha's on the
yeah,
move.
He's hurt though. He's really hurt. I'm surprised he's going with such thin he hits the. Yeah, that's the sack. It's over.
Just 1 rocket and
All the
call it a
soldiers
day.
are too hurt to do anything. I think they're gonna try to peek Howard. Yeah, he's peeking Shutter, but there's a heavy staring at it. It doesn't look like a good time.
Yeah, I mean, a soldier's not gonna bomb in versus a heavy. That's too easy to deny.
Yeah, that's just like that. By that point, you might as well just kill blind.
It's pretty much up to the sniper to peek. Especially
Yeah.
if he's gonna stay on it, like just kill the slowest class in the game with a headshot. Like that's your game plan.
Oh,
For
Catface is
counter
oh, he looked towards dungeon, just
the
clearing it.
sandblast counter heavy.
Oh.
Okay, this is
Is he on stock?
100%.
He's on. Oh wait,
No,
no,
he's
they're
on
both on
Thomas Lock.
Tommy. He should have gone stock because for the heavy advantage.
This is 100% Sandblast being like, what? I want to play heavy, and
Yeah.
not like a strategic thing. He just wants to play heavy as well.
Yeah.
Bomb in from Rakusa, getting a little bit of damage. Gonna make
Alpha
Alpha
crit.
die to fall damage. Unable to hit the arrow is low, guys. So 1 for 1 Caps going in. Rakusa making sure that the player that he was on falls. And Soapy's on Conch. Soapy's on
Ooh,
Conch.
you know,
I like that.
I've actually seen teams I've been on run that. Banners are under. Ooh, that's actually a big pick. They might push off that. Howard 2 is like a really, really bad respawn, so they might try to do something off that. We'll have to see, or at least get some space for the...
Heavy's in last. He has entered the premises, taking the spam. Half HP, getting arrowed up, but they're just in here. Rakusa bombing in.
He's making space,
though.
Logan
almost falling. Reset fine. Rakusa's gonna live, or Rakusa's gonna die, at least for now. Heavy getting gone on his Sandblast. The Uber's out. Uber exchange and popped up into the air, levitated. Will eventually retreat. And Catface retreating as well. What is this match? All right, a little bit of a lobby scuffle, but at the end of the day,
they're trying to re-push through top left. There's no one there. There's no one there. Sin bought a lot of space, but he might be caught out here. He's gonna fall early, and I guess that's the sack. They decided to back up, but not before. So noble attempts were made to take last, but in the end, we're gonna equalize. We do have Sandblast on Spy. I think he's checked. Nope, he's pushing
out. He is going on Spy.
Okay, do you think he stabs the medic or he stabs the heavy?
He stabs the heavy because it would be funny.
Yeah, I think that's. If I know Sandblast, I think that's what he does. Maybe because it's a playoff match, he won't, but we'll see.
He's sitting in dungeon. They're starting to poke through these doors, so it's technically a 5v6 till Sandblast goes in.
Oh, Sandblast is in. He's on this guy's in.
He's able to get it. They turn around though, so that is always going to get, but getting a medic with a spy stab, what else can you ask for? Bomb coming in from Rakusa, trying to get as much damage as possible. Catface will fall. Rakusa actually on top of the call. Sin bombing in as well, trying to get some damage on a Logan. Low guy able to heal him up though, and with Caps the last one left alive, he will eventually fall, and that is that's a 6-man off of the spy stab from Sandblast coming in clutch and allowing his team to come out and take a free 2 and be able to potentially use their Uber advantage to try to poke themselves and take mid for their team.
Yeah, so now Low Guy does have full Uber to push mid here. I must say that of all the matches to become kind of a meme, of course it's the one where if you lose, you're literally out of the season. The most high stakes one. Rakusa's in the hiding spot, but he does get found out, but he actually manages to buy a little time for other players to spam there. So they do get it, and Howard's down on the flank. Oh, Catface is behind. That's the play.
A flank play. We talked
about
getting
chased
Valley.
by soldiers, and he actually got launched into Low Guy. Look at that. They get the force here, and Bay is pretty far out in the choke, so that's a pretty successful force. And they only lose Catface for it, so that was a very, very good play from the side of GCI here. They're going to try to dry push mid.
Yeah, they know that Catface is up not too much longer, so they're trying to push just off the numbers. But May kind of left alone has to back up. Alpha will eventually get cleaned up by the side of Caps.
He's going to try to back cap.
The long con.
And it's Artist who's staring at him.
So it's causing a little bit of a distraction. Everyone's kind of going back to chasing Sandblast, and that's allowing Ford to be able to stay in.
This is just a different push. They have Uber now, so it just turned from a dry push into an Uber push. So I guess it bought time. That's worth. But they're getting in without using, so it's kind of still a very similar situation as before.
Yeah, now they have a Uber to get ready to push into a 2 as well. So pretty good spot. They are going to be down Caps, so have to actually stay on the point to get this captured up. It's going to buy Low Guy a little bit of time. He's probably not going to be able to use this towards last, but it does mean if they do use this Uber that Low Guy might actually be able to come back in and use his own if this goes long enough. Bombs going in from the soldiers. Rakusa and Sin trying to make space, some damage onto Alpha, trying to jump away. Same with Sophie. Dropped extremely low in this lower hand side, but will eventually take the pack to escape. But yeah, Uber is pretty much equalized by now, but the second is captured by them, and this is quite the turnaround. They've put themselves in a good spot. He's on the heavy.
I think he's had enough. He wants to play heavy. It worked last time. And they have a sentry too. They have all of the minigun type classes. They have a sentry. Sandblast is intentionally eating rockets so the sentry can't die. This is advanced technology.
Yeah, not a lot of mobility
though. Might kind of spam though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, wait,
you have the spam. You have the spam, but you don't have the mobility and the double defense. The Uber will get used on the heavy by the red team. Logan trying to jump forward and cut off May. Will collect that kill on is actually going to be Sophie. Rakusa falling as well. Sin trying to get some damage on one of the scouts he's fighting. Will eventually die to Howard. Just Artis and Catface left alive. Artis eventually falling to Alpha and Catface. Taking a little bit of it, we'll actually linger in lobby a bit, but we'll find the free Alpha kill with the pickaxe out, but getting bombed by Soapy, maybe? Yes, will get that kill as well, so getting...
Big play from Catface.
Yeah, salvaging that just a little bit, make it more difficult for them to keep the
train
rolling.
I think they might dry fight second.
Yeah, those are late
deaths. 2 soldier picks? Yeah, look, yeah, they are. Look at them. They want to go. They're going, and the soldiers are in so deep. Logan is so hurt immediately, and he has to... he's just
5 HP! Takes the pack.
Yeah, they just have to leave off of the damage. Sandblast is caught
Logan dies anyway!
The refight's insane! Artist is caught out, but they're gonna trade that one too, I think. Oh, maybe not. Oh, they're actually
not. Got away.
But still, that was a great refight. Now they have to Uber push into second to get out, which is a much better situation.
They gotta defend their last first, though. They're trying to push off the player advantage here while Sandblast and Alpha. Yeah, they have their players fully now, though. I think they've recognized their window is extremely small, and it is already gone by the time they've initiated in. So that's just going to be their main person they've been relying on to get these forces is not going to really be in the picture here, so it looks like it's pretty much a free second for the side of Ford with both the GCI soldiers dead in the grave. They're still
there's
poking
30
around.
seconds left. There's 30 seconds left.
Oh, that's why they're still, especially when they have an Uber, their own Uber exchange on top of the point. Alpha going to get Ubered on, trying to get as much damage as possible. Cafe's behind, trying to get some distraction. Yep, oh, he's going to get immediately shut down, but the chase is on. Sin trying to bomb his way onto Logan inside the lobby. Actually going for the bigger players.
On red, though. There's 6 seconds left. They're on the point.
They get the head kill. 2v3 scenario, Caps, but May, last person left alive, unable to get there in time. So at the end of the day, scrappy fight, forced fight from the side of GCI to try to get the last capture before the round ended. But at the end of the day, we're at 2-1 here at the end of the first half in favor of Ford Gaming.
When you said at the end of the first half, I had an existential crisis. I actually had to sit up and sit down and think for a bit. But yeah, that was overall that half. It's kind of weird. It was like a little more stalematey than I expected, I guess. That's the way I'd put it, I guess. There's a lot of single sacks, more than I usually see for this kind of game, but then also GCI would just randomly go, okay, we're just going to push. And with mixed results. Sometimes it worked really well, sometimes it didn't.
There were definitely some moments that felt longer than the pregame.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah,
Let's take a bit of look at the logs here, though, and see what's up.
We're
talking about it might be some potential for some of the soldier stats to look kind of sad, but Soapy kind of persevered. Soapy was the one that was sacking it. He still found his man. So despite all the, getting sent into the grinder and just dying. Well, actually, you know what? I don't think Ford didn't really do counter sacks all the time, but either way, he was able to pull out enough kills to actually go positive, so hats off to him.
Shout out to Logan dying 4 times somehow in the span of 32 minutes when his med died 7 times. So Logan was playing Stay Alive demo in a very effective manner, I think, because, they were up 1 round and he was just always there, so they always had to do a sticky trap. So there's definitely, considering how much GCI likes to dry push and that kind of stuff, always having to deal with, or at least think about a demo and how he's alive, he could have sticks somewhere. It's definitely has a bigger impact than you think.
Yeah, and you usually look at Sunshine, you think Scout Playground, they're the ones that really find an easy way to, get success at the very least, but the Scout stats for the side of GCI don't look too pretty. They don't look bad per se, but when you can just compare them to Ford, it's kind of obvious that they're doing a little bit of a better job at cleaning up damage that is arriving. But who knows, maybe GCI just aren't doing enough damage in certain situations for Caps and Catface to get those kills in the first place. So
yeah,
either way, there's gonna be, there's some sort of problem that you're looking at here that you're trying to solve in this halftime.
I do see though that the Scouts are getting very aggressive. They're not necessarily leading the pushes, but they are holding W, full sending it. It's not like usually when you think of Caps, you think he's kind of more of a very traditional pocket scout where he's always around his medic, always getting beamed, that kind of stuff. Sometimes he'll hold W into the entire enemy team, but most of the time he's just standing around getting beamed 185 to kind of clean up. But he's been playing kind of different, I don't know, differently, but both Scouts have been really sending it this match. They've just been going in.
True. And despite all that, we have many people in the under 200 DPM club. Just because of, I guess the pause kind of, helps with that. But it was also a pretty slow match when it comes to just doing single sacks. And if it's just single sacks, it can be kind of hard I think it's the Scouts that are mostly, in that department that don't really get a whole lot of opportunities to farm damage.
Yeah,
other classes, on the other hand, they get free reign to just spam across the map.
We're starting. 60 seconds. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Adaptations. Who's gonna change what? They both got some room for improvement. Didn't go to 3 to collect this half.
I don't know. I honestly think GCI might just keep doing what they're doing, even though they're down something, which sounds kind of strange. I'm sure they're gonna make some kind of adaptations. They're a team they've had some pretty good first to second round adaptations in the past. But I think their overall team strategy is probably going to be pretty similar. We're still going to see people their team going in really hard, people going behind. I'm curious what Ford changes. That's what's kind of the X factor to me.
I feel like neither team's going to change anything, honestly. This is the one time I feel like they're not. Because realistically, the only reason why it was
close.
I think Ford's not going to change anything realistic, anything major. That, and because the reason why they weren't able to close it out with 3 is probably because of how slow the map went. But I think GCI, I don't think they want to change the slow-paced gameplay.
They look happy with how they're playing.
I think it's just an execution thing. Maybe at most, more 2-mans happen or something like that. Maybe less heavy, I don't know. But I feel like they're going to start doing the same thing. Maybe less random Uber exchanges, but at the end of the day, we're starting another half. We're here at the mid-fight, spam going across both sides.
Nice
No one's going to die right off the bat. Yeah, some nice stickies, some good damage.
Instantly getting tagged in a... Looks like... Oh, are we seeing the... Oh, we're seeing the...
ring around the Rosie, taking each other's sides.
But we do have Rakusa saying no to that, going to go in and bomb a lot of damage, and they're actually chasing him very hard onto his own side of the map, and they're all kind of been choking with this... Excuse me, GCI, the aggression. But they're all dying for it.
They've overstayed their welcome here, GCI.
And now they're caught out. It actually ends up working for Ford Gaming. They kind of... Yeah, Sandblast wants to chase, but I'm going to decide not to. They're actually not even capping. They're chasing very hard, so... GCI might be able to retake second here if they play their card. They might try, because Ford Gaming is... They know they have one back on the cap.
Yeah, they know that Logan is rolling out. There's no stickies on any of these doors, so they could try to poke around with their better players.
Like this team loves to fight. Oh, actually, maybe not.
I feel like they should.
Sophie did. No, now they're going to.
Yeah, now for sure they should.
Yeah, now they're in.
Yep, trying to work their way through shot. They're actually really deep. Yeah, bomb coming in for one of the soldiers.
Yeah.
Uber exchange coming out. A little bit of damage onto both sides. Sophie still dead in the grave, so one player in for the side of GCI.
It's all about the post-Uber positioning. Who's on the high ground? It looks like Sin's in for the bomb and post. Actually, no, he's getting chased by Sandblast, and Sandblast is going to clean up the kill, but they do get Alpha.
Platform is just being completely ignored by both these teams.
Rakusa Trick got two. I think that's might change it. Rakusa got Howard, so
they're
there's
in
no
enemy
soldiers,
territory though. Sophie, who was the pick at the very beginning, is already here. He's doing a high bomb to help enter the fight. With Catface falling, this collapse is going to be huge. Trying to get as many players as possible. Art is falling. May is just left alone in the lobby because his entire team is falling, and Cap will fall as well.
Sin versus 8.
Yeah, just a soldier duo here at last. Yeah, things are not really going to go in their favor. They get one kill at the very least, but yeah, another round for the side of Ford Gaming on their pick of Sunshine.
Yep, 3-1. It is their pick, so I'm not too worried for GCI. I'm thinking ahead to Villa, and Villa might be actually just Villa. I'm terrified of, because neither team has played it before in a match. I don't know what we're expecting in that, but
true.
That's in the future, so that we'll deal with that when we get there. So we're on to mid 4, I believe, no, mid 5, with a. But it's not.
The damage! The damage!
Oh,
the
artist is so hurt.
He has to get arrowed. Oh, the last rocket doesn't hit him.
Let him live. I'm surprised. I thought he was gonna die for sure. Sin's waddling in his own cafe, the patented waddle your own cafe strat. Pretty effective, believe it or not. They're trying to chase him, and they do get him, but not before Logan falls. No soldiers for GCI, but Ford Gaming are down a demo man.
The spam rocket kills Artis on his way out. He was so weak that he couldn't actually jump out, and then just ate the spam on his exit. Catface still in the thick of it, will eventually die. And
there's the taunt.
The mids are starting to go in their favor. The first one looked rocky, able to salvage it and win it in their favor. And this one, it was pretty much their game plan the entire time. They got early spam, kept their positioning, and made sure the frags went their way. So now 3-2, and we're back to the classic last 2 stalemate that we also love to see in this match. Bomb from Sophie. Never mind. The Force coming right off the bat. I think they heard me that we're tired of these stalemates, and the Force does come out expending 2. That's pretty normal.
They lose 2 for it, so I think the GCI might get a little aggressive here just to see if they can get any sort of any sort of kill here. I think Sandblast was the distraction here, or distraction while everyone else went in. But this is going to be a tough Force to get unless they hit some pipes, which Artis sadly did not hit any because they moved up wisely.
Oh, Catface. Catface is behind the low guy. Might get an early Force.
Pause.
Pause. Oh. Okay.
Oh God, Catface's position. They all turned around though. They know. Look at Ford Gaming. They all turned around. They know.
Yeah, Sophie and Sam, or probably not Sandblast, but Sophie for sure probably saw it.
I think
last second.
Yeah, Sophie definitely saw it. Yeah, Sophie actively can barely see him. Yeah.
Either that or like.
I just love you see all 3 players turned around other than the little guy. Catface might die in literally 1 tick. He might go from 125 to 0. We'll have to see.
True. My Twitch stream is frozen. Please, internet, don't curse me. Why is it frozen?
I can hear you, so you're at least working immobile. May is hurt. I guess May got hurt in the post, but yeah,
I might have to close it.
Even if Catface dies here, there's no off classes for GCI right now, so this might be pretty rough for GCI. This might be a round, honestly. It might even be attack, honestly. But we'll have to see.
That's the high risk, high reward. Like when you get 2-manned on and the Force happens. You either really try to push out with all your might, and if it fails, then you either lost a bunch of players for the Uber push, or you, at the very minimum, here don't have off classes ready, or it can work out. You get the Force yourself, and you're able to hold on to your last. This is why we see so many teams they opt to, if you don't want to do high risk, high reward, when the Force happens on certain maps, you'll just chill, build your gun or whatever.
Yeah.
You bank on your defense and thwarting the enemy and protecting your point and them screwing up rather than trying to go for like a play that's not necessarily stacked in your favor depending on the 2-man. Like if they have their demo up depending on the map, like good luck getting through some of these doorways.
Oh yeah, definitely. What my voice? Oh no. But
Oh no, 3-hour mark kicking in, or
anyway, all right.
2.5-hour
I
mark.
just had to do a good old throat clearing.
That happened to me yesterday. That's why I had to peace out. I ran out of water. I was like, quick,
I do have my
take
water.
over.
Yeah, I do have my water. It's in a water bottle currently. We have I think Catface can get a good beat. Actually, I don't even know if Catface can get the beat shot off here. Like, let me go to his perspective. He's gonna turn a corner into like a rocket, and I'd be very impressed if Catface got like 100 damage beat shot off. Like, they're all already waiting for him. Like, this is just really unfortunate timing that they know where he is.
I feel like he gets a scatter max.
Yeah, Rakuso's also kind of in a weird spot. Look where Rakuso is. He's kind of like lingering. Maybe for a post, or just like when they Uber in, he's gonna be behind. Like, I wouldn't expect Rakuso to be in that spot anyway. He's kind of like, like
True.
it's almost, like
really...
Soapy might roll out into him. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think Soapy just wants the pill at the minimum, and then I don't know where he's gonna go after that. If he's gonna like bomb bats, or
yeah.
It depends if he wants to enter mid from top right, or well, okay, his team's going dungeon, so he probably isn't gonna go dungeon. He's probably gonna bomb bats and then go top right, so he can like prong from a different doorway if need be.
Yeah, I feel like even if even if they send Rakuso and Catface for the sack here, I feel like it's a low percentage
too close
play.
to last.
It's a low percentage play that even if you get the force, they basically just Ubered got 2 kills. But you'll take that on last. You'll take 2 kills on last. You can work that into a successful round. So
and they should have enough to get through the doorway.
Yeah. So if they actually commit to this, they have to get a drop. That's the only way this is worth it. And even if it is a drop, I think Ford still takes the 5v4 on last to see if they can get it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they have the option to if they want. But that's, again, if they get the drop, which it doesn't look like they're going to. Just from, if anyone gets it, it's going to be Rakuso.
True. I mean, like, if Lolguy does eat a little bit of damage from Catface, and he just like feels comfy, and then maybe Rakuso will like get a 100 damage rocket or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, the pill will probably be maybe up for Lolguy to put him above 100. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see.
In the meantime, curious to see who is lagging out 90 seconds in the future.
Rakuso messaged, "I hate Soldier." Sad.
Did he really?
Yeah, he just messaged me, "I hate Soldier."
Unfortunate. I mean, this is not necessarily a favorite Soldier map for a lot of players. It's a little rough.
Yeah, this is one of those maps where you kind of like have to full commit. I feel like a lot of the time, there's like the high ground to land on is like also scout territory, so it's hard to like bomb around and play a jump map.
It's just fake bombing and pack collecting until it's time to die. That's literally all it is. You don't get a little fancy doorway to spam. I mean, at least compared to other maps. So I really do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, Rakuso also says he's too old to play this late, and I definitely can feel that one.
Well, just waiting on. Can you ask him who lagged out?
Yeah, let me ask him. He says he has to get up at 7 a.m. too.
Oh no. He's East Coast as well.
Yeah, he's in my state. Yeah, he's
New Jersey.
Yeah, he's New Jersey. Oh, lol guy. Same last end. No. Yeah, lol guy like that again.
Uh-oh. Well, where would Lolguy be 90 seconds in the future?
Rolling out again. If he rolls out twice, if they win this round, he's gonna roll out. He's gonna lag out for 2 mid fights.
Well, the good news is I don't think him lagging out lost him that mid. I think they already lost it before before he lagged out. But it hopefully for his sake, when he does disconnect, he's already dead or something.
Yeah,
that's like the best time, really.
Definitely. I look at GCI and their soldiers have 12 points and their scouts have 4 points. You hate to see it, really.
I mean, you can kind of expect that. Well, actually.
Yeah, I guess they haven't had any cap points to boost their little scout stats, but kind of a tragedy. Whereas Ford Gaming is the other way around. Ford Gaming has a lot of points.
Well, I mean, actually, no, I take that back. You can't actually expect it because we just saw in the logs how we said that their stats didn't look exactly too pretty. And the main way you boost your stats on the scoreboard is, kills.
I guess, yeah, but I guess it's just surprising, I guess maybe it's because they've been just pushing at a last and the scouts can't clean up any of the kills. I'm sure everyone's aim is kind of not peak condition right now because it is 1:15 a.m. Eastern Coast.
I mean,
time.
I've seen some execution errors, honestly. Like there's been at least 3 moments I think where the fight starts and it's like, oh, this is GCI favored because like player ad or like respawn advantage or whatever, and then somehow they end up like losing.
Ford has had really good post Ubers. I have to give him credit. Ford has had very good post Ubers. Like, there's a lot of sticky situations they're in where players just like they haven't really fed in. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, Caffey's died literally instantly. And Mercusa, oh, he lived. And they paused it. Oh, I think they paused to get so he could get in the server.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he was probably sending connect info. They paused so he could join. I think that's how that works, if I remember correctly.
You like pause or
yeah, you pause and then unpause and then they can join the server. It's something like that.
Well, that was a client thing. That was like an ESEA client.
Was
thing
that a client thing?
No, yeah, that was an ESEA client thing. Because like if you're stuck at like retrieving server info for too long, the client kicks you out or something.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
You had to like.
It's been so long.
You had to like pause and get them to retrieving server info, then unpause, like get them to sending client and get in spec, and then pause again to see if they actually like can stay in the server, and then or whatever.
Tell me your story about my first ESEA match. There is an ESEA. Well, okay, the person who could attest to the story is banned for good reasons. So, but anyway, there is a command on ESEA called .cupholder that opens your CD drive. Like you just type .cupholder into your TF2 and your CD drive just opens.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tried to close my CD drive, I hit my power button because I wasn't looking, and I caused like a 20-minute delay because I had to get back in the server on like a very slow computer because I accidentally turned off my PC.
That sounds like a Space Ghost story if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, and it was the client too, so I'm sure it crashed like once or twice trying to get on. People do complain about RGL, but I'm glad I don't have to deal. Client issues are pain.
Oh, they're pushing in. Sin taking a lot of damage, just jumping around, but will eventually fall to Howard. So they got a player advantage here as well. Actually, it's more than just a player advantage because of the early death. So many players dropping like flies, and yeah, I think the cat face death, the unprepared, not being able to have off classes because they played really high risk like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the side of 4. They're favorable for their pick.
I feel like I'm in deja vu on the wall guy cam here. Gonna see how he lags out this time.
Oh, true.
Let's see if he gets. Last time he got to mid and he lagged out into valley. I want to see if he gets to mid this time.
It was a weird lag. It wasn't standstill lag. It was like I'm gonna hold my A key.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's bowing. He's almost dead.
He has yet to like use the heal beam because everyone's so hurt. Let's see where does he go this time?
They got player ad. Right now, Ford's in a pretty good spot. They are taking a little bit of damage. They are able to get caps to keep the players in their favor. Looks like this mid is going to mostly be theirs. Cafe's actually running underneath the point. Is able to take the kill. Wall guy still in the server, at least for now. Still fighting, so curious to see how this is going to plan out. Sin jumping around, actually able to escape. Wall guy lagging. Rubber banding.
There he goes. He's holding W to choke.
He's warping. He's still.
They're looking at him.
He's in the server still. He's out.
There we go.
That was with full Uber.
Yeah, that was with full Uber.
And
That's a tragedy.
May just spawned. So instead, okay.
Did they pause to let him build Uber? No, the config doesn't allow it.
So instead of it being ad, it's even. That's the big thing.
Okay,
Ford,
so a big
Ford should
break
have
for
ad,
GCI here, and GCI just didn't. I think that it's a playoff match, and especially with all the BM and pregame, I can't blame them. They're going to take advantage of that. They're going to be very happy sitting on 2 with even Ubers.
We'll pretend that cat face play on mid actually got low guy to drop because he went in. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hosted the TFT. Yeah, it was very epic.
Sorry, the clip got deleted, but
yeah, clip got deleted. It got TOS'd.
Unfortunate. It was too gnarly.
Really tragic. I said some very bad words.
Just had to clear our image.
Yep. So Ford here going to be content to sack. They're spamming pipes. Yeah, this looks like a 6. Sandblast is kind of deep in choke. I wonder. I guess Soapy's. It looks like Soapy's going to try to pogo from Cafe, but actually no, it's Alpha.
Oh,
he gets the force, and he's still alive. Okay, he died.
Finds the opening.
I think they were expecting Soapy to come, and Alpha, he types an LMAO in chat, so he's very happy with himself.
The classic bait, you make him think it's going to be one door and you just pop out the other. I feel like that can happen a lot on Sunshine. You expect to be Valley and then all of a sudden it's Cafe or
you're
something.
Not really paying attention, you're just up in the skybox and they don't see you.
They're on the move, Cafe, trying to use his ad to the best of their ability.
Rakusa's in though, and they don't know. He has that great force from Rakusa. He gets in, gets the force. He actually looks for Howard died to a trap too. Soapy's kind of lingering in lobby, going for a play, but he bombs into a scout. Sag. He does live though.
Sag zone.
That's a very good job living though. So now it's on my HUD's broken, so I can't see, but they do have some sort of Uber ad, I'm sure of it, and they're gonna try
right now.
Okay, they just got it, and they're going dungeon, but watch out for the back cap. Sophie's looking by. He's thinking about it.
Oh, here comes the bomb. Instead, landing on May, dropped to low HP, will eventually force, and Sophie will give up his life. To make sure that Uber is used by the side of the blue team, so one player for one Uber.
60%.
Oh, Cafe spotting off a little more than he can chew inside, inside his valley. So it's actually going to be 1-for-1 here, and might be enough for the side of Logai and friends to actually start poking forward. They don't have Uber quite yet. They're 80%, so it's going to be a bit, but they're definitely poking around and spamming and see if an opportunity is there early.
Yeah, so yeah, we have to see. They do have pretty big Uber out here. I'd be surprised if Ford lost at this point because they're kind of in the driver's seat. There's 22 minutes left to get 3 rounds. It's going to be a tall order, but GCI is going to try their best. They have they're on platform. They're not going to get the force here. I think they're going to get Uber for last. They have 85%. Ford has to go very fast, and they are going to go very fast. They're in. They know they want this Mason spawn, but are they going to play the point? They're not playing the point. Sin's going to die though.
He's dropping very low, will eventually die to Sandblast. Alpha gonna get cleaned up by some stickies from the side of ours, so 1v1 at least for now. In terms of kills, Sandblast getting on the point, poking and prodding, causing the team to launch and put themselves forward at him. He is gonna get caught and eventually fall. Bomb actually onto Artist, who lives with 2 HP.
2.
Whoa.
That's one more than you need.
That's true. That is 1 more than you need. But they're trying to bust through Shutter here, trying to dry off the fact that Sandblast is still dead, Alpha's respawning. You have a scout really deep, getting Sophie very low.
At, though. But Howard actually might get counter-walked at, but doesn't matter. Okay,
oh, so Alpha Spy. Alpha Spy.
Oh.
007.
They're not capping. They're taking so long to cap. Oh, he's going to get this.
Alpha's won this. He's won this. That's
I'm sure. Yep. There he gets it. He didn't even. Yeah, he said, "Alpha, welcome to invite." So the Alpha BM is going strong tonight. Alpha, he's taking charge of this match.
You can see why they picked this map, though. Really.
Oh yeah, definitely. They look very, very, very clean on this map. Very coordinated. I didn't see any real flaws with their gameplay, honestly. Like I didn't see any major issues. They just looked like very solid throughout.
And I don't even think for GCI, I don't even think there was necessarily like the only like thing in the playbook that I would say like maybe bad was like how willing they were to just do one mans a lot, but Ford did that the same way as well for the longest time. Realistically, I think it was less about their ideas and more about the execution. I feel like there were so many times this match where I looked at them and I saw them in a favorable position or something that like started to go their way, and then it was just thrown in the trash.
Yeah, it's like people just died on GCI during fights, and everyone on. I think the soldiers of Ford did a really good job staying alive in team fights. I feel like GCI, the people who would go in first would pretty much instantly vaporize. They die pretty quickly. Whereas Ford Gaming, the players who were in were able to live more and preserve their lives, which helped a lot.
Yeah. You know that, what's it called? That moment where, how do I word this? Maybe I should wait until I can word it a better way so I'm not fumbling over my words.
Maybe.
But,
I'll give me a clue. What's a word? Similar word.
I'll table it for now until I can process my thoughts, because we have logs to look at anyway, so we can take a look at
I looked and I saw
what's happening.
I saw Recruso and Catface doing 100 DPM because of the pause, and I felt very sad.
True. This is more of a nearing under 100 DPM club than 200 because of that pause.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd really be like that. You almost had the rare and famed double-digit logs. You know, if you see double-digit in a logs and invite match, and it's not a medic, you know it's a cursed match.
Very, very cursed. There's probably some lag or some pauses, or maybe someone would just like shut up to the match, like faded, like who knows. It's definitely memorable for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, that's very well put. And moving on to Villa here, we haven't seen either of these teams play a match on Villa, so we're as much in the dark as you in terms of what their strategies are going to be overall.
All
we can make an educated guess.
All I can really do is think about like what teams would do when they play Metalworks mid. Because when I look at Villa, I think like, oh, Metalworks mid, because it looks like it. And there's like, it's Metalworks mid with like Snakewater kitchens.
It does, but like people also, I feel like Metalworks mid. I feel like people almost every mid people kind of just vaporize. Like people do spam, but I feel like Metalworks mid is definitely less of a passive mid than Villa. I feel like people really, really like to either bomb instantly or just like never bomb on this map. You know what I mean? on mid.
True.
Like,
There's not really
I've
a
seen a lot of
great.
passive mids on this map.
I don't think there's really like a super amazing place to like spam from that's not hyper aggressive. Like I feel like the places on the high ground you can stand as a soldier for Villa mid are like so far back that you can technically land some damage, but it's not going to be very much. Like you're definitely going to need your teammates to contribute. If you think about like Metalworks, I guess is the comparison where you can end some mids like immediately with spam.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially because the players do get in a little faster. You can just, like, people can walk into mid and be, like, 50 health and be like, well, my mid's over, have fun, guys, and that's just, you won the mid.
Yep, so at least you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to... There's not really a fast soldier rollout either, like, without murdering your health or anything like that, really. So,
yeah.
You don't have to worry about you not getting to enact a plan because your demo got picked, or your roamer went for a high-risk play and fed. So whatever your plan is for mid can actually, hopefully for your team's sake, come to fruition, but, no cheese plays here.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I'm looking at the mid, it definitely is like Metalworks in that there's like the kind of under on point, but I feel like people don't go under on this map nearly as much as Metalworks. Metalworks is like a waddle under the point mid. I know a lot of people do that. This map, not as much, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's the spam's a little bit worse. Like,
yeah, it's also,
normally...
It's also like you can kind of see it coming more, I think.
Yeah, there's more sightline blockers underneath Metalworks mid. It's also the room that you can use to stand if you're gonna be like a little floor gremlin but still be in mid is like much less compared to the grassy area like around the shack on the mid. Like there's much more room. So if someone is like underneath the point, you're not as afraid about spam because it just like they're closer, sure, but you're chilling, you're fine.
Yep.
But yeah, let's talk about predictions though. Let's talk about what we think is gonna happen based off of
GCI's map pick.
True.
Forward gaming looks really good. They like I don't know because it's hard to tell because of the ringers too because you don't know how different things would have been if they were able to play with their main. You don't know how much of an impact Lowguy and Artist are having in terms of like their team's performance or lack thereof. You don't really know. I think everyone's had good games so far. Lowguy's definitely I think one of the best medics in the game. So I think Artist is one of the best demos too. But I think Lowguy's doing a really good job out there. And I think also Forward Gaming is appreciating not having a medic with Euro ping. It's not even Seeds' fault, it's just the ping sucks. Like, he's living like 0.1 milliseconds in the past.
Yeah, they gotta take his lagging, but it's doing well for his team. I think when you for me, thinking about predictions for this match, it's hard to predict with any plans.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict with any plans in mind. But judging based on the previous match and how I see some execution errors happening from GlobalClan Ice, unless they come up with a really stellar play.
Unless they're just like geniuses in the map, or Ford just didn't practice the map that much. That's also a possibility.
True.
I
feel like going into the first mid though.
Yeah, I feel like this might be an instance of Ford just like not. Maybe they're not that prepared in the map. We'll see.
Yep, going into the mid, both teams arriving. Watch him there. Whoa, he is in. These blue soldiers are out for blood, trying to land on whoever they can to get as much damage as possible.
Yeah.
May's a little weak. Sin actually getting some damage
Ford's
himself, but yeah, that did not really work out. They just went in. I don't even think that was on purpose. I feel like they got propelled by
got like hyped midair and just got sent so high in the skybox. He was just like, well, I'm bombing, guys.
What we talked about it was yeah, we talked about how you can't just immediately like wash at mid, but that was a wash.
That was as close as you get.
That was like half. Yeah, that was barely a mid.
Yeah. Now GCI is getting very aggressive. Their mid's close enough that if they wanted to, they lost caps. I guess that's their sack. They're good
the
back
force.
up now.
Did
they get the force?
Rakuso
I didn't even notice. I was watching caps die to spam.
Yeah, Rakuso snuck his way in, found an opening, and was able to get the force onto Lowguy. So May 100% Uber.
Yeah, and Forward getting a little aggressive here, but they have to keep in mind that the respawns aren't that bad. So they have a ways to go because it's a little bit of a walk to Mordor to get to the actual point on this map, but it's a short map, so they can get there faster than you think. It just looks long.
They got the Soapy kill too.
Oh,
so
that's
gonna be helpful.
They have a sniper though. They have to be aware of the sniper. They have a sniper and a crouching sentry behind the bushes here, hiding in the corner.
Oh, they're going basement with the Uber immediately onto Alpha, popped up into the air, trying to actually
found a sentry a little
need to get this gun. Yeah, they're actually going for.
Okay, they get it.
They're split, but the gun will eventually die. Stacking on the point, ×3, ×5 on the point, and yeah, just in spawn, unable to protect the point. So the side of GZI will be able to take the first round.
If Forward Gaming loses this next round in the same fashion, I'll be a little concerned for how much they practice the map. We'll have to see, but I'm leaning a little more towards Forward might have just been like, alright, that map's a wash. You know what I mean? It happens, but we'll have to see. Logan's so hurt.
Could be
What the
gnarly.
fuck? Logan almost died to spam.
Oh no, just barely took the back knife. He's 50 right now.
He like missed the pack or something. That was weird.
No, he took it. I think he just took fall damage in a jump or something, but he's gonna be living for now. But Soapy is actually the one that's getting really weak. He takes the pack for a second time to continue to live. A lot of actual point presence for the side of the blue team.
Aggressive. He almost killed Samus, and now Howard's super aggressive. I feel like the 4 gaming players are overextending a little bit. Let's see if they can. Yeah, Soapy's dead. Caps is really hurt though. He might die. He's actually not. Oh, he's so hurt.
So many weak players, but it's only Soapy that's gonna be cleaned
and they're
up.
kind of caught. Yeah, okay. They're still committing to this.
Oh,
Alpha's gonna bomb onto main base. So hurt. Oh, he dies.
The fall damage, though.
We're gonna see the full send here, or GCI gotta try to live. Catface is under. I think they want a full send. Yeah, here it comes.
If they're trying to get some positioning here, they know that Ford is pretty much going to play slow here. Caps is actually going to do a full loop around inside books. We have a Sin, a bombing forward. They're able to get the force, and they have 2 players behind both of the scouts. It's going to be a little bit pesky to do with. Logan actually might get shot dead here with both the scouts on him, and Soapy Meister going to meet them himself, able to take both of them with his last breath. So able to clean up the pesky players behind, but the force was ultimately achieved by the side of GCI to make sure that it's not going to be able to be used for their second point endeavors. But I would say that 2 late scout deaths might be something that you would use to poke around.
They want to fight this.
Yeah, here they go.
I don't blame them either. I feel like if they played the span game long enough, you know, they have to commit here, and they're down Soapy's late. That's their best committing player down. Mercuso's bombing, actually. I think he's bombing for space, but he actually might die because of it. They're so hurt. Both soldiers in the skybox and really hurt. Right to back up. Sandblast smells blood, but he's gonna die. He's gonna eat a pipe, and he's gonna be dead. Alpha's kind of in. There's shenanigans happening.
Oh, he got Howard on his escape, making sure that both scouts have fallen.
So now, reverse scenario. Now it's 4 gaming to not have scouts to defend this point. But again, all the spamming classes. But 4 gaming are able to get through the door relatively unscathed, and Soapy's actually gonna die here too. They have small Uber at 2 somehow. I guess the May was healing better, maybe slightly. I don't think they know. Even if they don't know, they're gonna pretend like it's Uber red.
I mean, either way,
they have the head. Maybe they know.
Yeah, they're trying to work forward. Alpha taking a lot of damage, gonna have to get arrowed up, continue fighting this. They're actually over on the flank, pestering Howard, but Uber might eventually come out with this spam gets too deep. Oh, Low Guy drops 2 pipes.
Oh my god!
And he gets a 3rd onto Sandblast, and Alpha melting as well. That was a very, very fast turn over here from a little bit of a spam battle to a complete
teammate action.
Low Guy says not you thing, yeah. A little smiley face coming out of Artist, but they're immediately poking through. Soapy will fall.
That's a trade, but I don't know if that's worth it. Oh wait, Howard. Oh, he dodged all the air shots. He almost got rolled, but technically managed to avoid it. But Ford are going to be here in time, and the Uber is just going to end just in the nick of time for Ford if they want to defend this point. This actually might work out, but they're all getting really hurt. The spam damage is insane from GCI.
Artist won that for his team.
Yeah,
it's not even his team, but he won that for his team.
He did. He won that against his teammate for the, you know, it's maybe Alpha was right to try to deny him.
The perfect story. These guys are crafting the perfect storyline for us. Thank you.
Yeah, it's what we needed. It's where the tank is running on E.
True. But going into their mid, it's 2-0. GCI favored right now. Definitely showing why they picked this map despite not really playing it too much in the regular season. Spam going across both sides. Both teams are going to arrive, both rolling out through books. No choke rollouts here, but Art is actually going to drop really low, going to get aired up into dude spam this. Soapy not really initiating. He's actually staying inside. Choke, be able to go in fountain if need be. Trying to take some positioning. Both teams climbing up their own ramp.
Lingering. Look at Soapy. He wants to go for. Here it comes.
Walking up the stairs. The perfect play. Make sure the medic is following. The red team is following into trying to get on their way on the Logan. Will eventually fall. Logan as well, but they've given up so many resources. It's just Sin and Caps left alive. Sin, with his last breath, will be unable to find anything. And even though they had to give up Low Guy on Logan for it, the plays from Ford Gaming make sure this mid is secured as theirs.
Yeah, that was a really heads-up play from Soapy. It takes, some players are kind of like hide and corner on mids. Like the people who we might see on a Snakewater too if we go to a map 3 where people just kind of hide. And it really worked out there. He just able to instantly 2-rocket May, and GCI, to their credit, managed to salvage pretty perfectly. GCI want to fight this because they know that the spawns are not in Ford Gaming's. I almost said British Gaming again. It's not in Ford Gaming's favor. So they're going to be back up, and they're going to be pretty happy sitting here on second. 2 rounds up, 23 minutes left in the half, and could be sitting here. They want to push, actually. Look at this.
Yeah, starting to pull ground through books,
They're just
using the
drawing.
one-player
I guess
advantages.
it's a one-player ad.
Yeah, there's less, and it's a spamming class too, so they're able to get to these doors at least a little bit easier, trying to knock off Soapy off his high ground. He will jump away, but will eat a little bit of spam. Pretty weak, will not land in a favorable position to continue to be in the fight until he eats a pack. Trying to take the positioning is Artist on the point, trying to spam them down. Pretty much even Ubers at this point. Alpha trying to maybe take a page out of Soapy's book, actually sitting in fountain, but both scouts are going to beat him and actually gun him down. Will eventually fall. Cafe's taking a lot of damage for it, though. Yeah, he's going to fall as well.
Pipe from Artist pipes are connecting so hard, and look how hurt Ford is while they're backing up.
Send him the chase.
Yeah, they're chasing. They know they get the force. Is Meg gonna live with that? They haven't even got killed any with this Uber. This is so good for Witness.
Oh, and Sin's barely escaping. He's 9 HP.
There's no you lived. They're spawn camping.
Right. They are spawn camping. I mean, you pretty much have to. You're leaving one.
Look at
to
Sam
go.
West. He's in the far corner of spawn. He's just far away. There's an engineer pilot. Okay, they both back spawned.
Full
Look
ad
at
here.
Sin. He's looking at that spawn door.
Yeah, he's worried about someone poking out.
I'm surprised they didn't.
That is a play.
Like, I'm really surprised they
the
didn't. I would have done that. You have to do it for the meme.
I mean, you scrim a team long enough, you know their tendencies to know that the paranoia sets in.
It's like you don't get to do it that much, so it's the temptation is strong. I'm surprised Sandblast resisted it.
Ooh, shot on a cab. It's a nice opening, and immediately the team that Ubers in drops too. And this is abysmal for this side of GCI.
Hurt too. Soapy actually gets rolled by Recruso.
Oh, 9 HP.
Recruso, oh, it's not. Is it gonna be enough? Maze
took a pack.
He's invincible.
He's out.
Oh,
no,
he gets
chase.
piped.
Okay, he gets piped.
But Recruso got it to Lol Guy in the meantime, and he gets
the opening.
That was massive from Recruso and Lol Guy. Excuse me. May managed to live long enough where Recruso was able to abandon him and get Lol Guy was huge. They were dead to rights.
Equalizing play here. Who's going to be the last person that is going to be able to spawn? But both medics rolling out. May has the scouts to be able to make sure he's up here fighting, and the rest of the blue team are pretty weak. Logai only just got here, has plenty of players to arrow, so there's a pretty big opening for the side of Witness, but they're falling. This is just a normal dry fight and is not going their favor. An ample opportunity for them to try to push in and retake two for their own.
I think he's going to go for the back. He is.
Oh, yeah, okay, but there's no one to block, so all he's going to do is they're going to block it, but it's going to buy time.
It's going to Recruso's into. Oh, look at this. They're
really
both
going
and they killed Sandblast.
Okay,
Hashtag worth, I guess? No, it's not worth.
Because
it's not worth, but at least they got something, I guess.
I think if Catface, if they didn't commit to that, they should have maybe fought mid, but now they can't really fight mid.
I was saying hashtag worth it, like, ironically, but yeah, it's definitely...
High risk. They're starting to play more high risk now, realistically, like in the past, like, half an hour. They've been playing slow to start playing extremely fast, fighting non-stop, and the high-risk stuff hasn't really been working out in their favor, honestly.
Yeah, Forward's been doing a really good job not letting too many miracle plays happen. Other than, like, random artist pipes going in and hitting everything, that's been their only real downfall in terms of, like, miracle plays that just happen to work.
And that's not even a plan thing, that's just, like, the execution was phenomenal.
Sandblast. He died, they didn't clear the shutter. There's, like, 5 people in lobby and they didn't clear it.
Logan in really
Logan's
deep.
in spawn, but he's gonna get instantly bombed on. He's gonna get saved at least, but this... they haven't even popped yet. They do lose artists, but they have full Uber fear. May actually eats a pipe and he drops! Howard behind! Massive plays.
He's fighting Cash as well, 1v1.
He gets
it as well!
There's
2 players left. He's 1 HP in a dream. Will eventually die, but that... GCI, I think they saw how well that was going for them. A little bit too greedy. They dropped 2 and then dropped Uber themselves. That was we literally just got done talking about how they were playing high risk the past half hour and how it was not working. And this was another example of just a little bit of greed, just not working out in their favor.
They only have 30% this time. I mean, that last hold looked pretty clean until the kind of disastrous ending to it. Up until then, like, it was pretty tactically sound. I felt like it looked like they were in such a good position, but Howard was just behind, and like May ate a pipe and then like a second later got beat shot in the back by someone who wasn't called. It'd be like that. And here comes another Uber. They're gonna try to get the level 2, but they bomb past it again. They have to shoot this gun. This gun is causing a lot of problems.
Trying
to spam from Witness artists. GCI really had their last pushes just down to a textbook, I could tell. They might lose this one anyway, though. They're so
on the point, trying to collapse as much as they can. Only May and Caps left alive for the side of the red team. Will. Yeah, both die. So
Ford Gaming are going to get on the board here. GCI initially looked pretty dominant, but Ford Gaming able to claw their way back into this round and able to get on the board. So a 2-1 for GCI on GCI's map pick.
That's a lot of time left on the board too. You know, still got 20 minutes left. It's not the stalemate fest that we saw in Sunshine. It seems like teams are They're starting to find some more openings to find a way to push in, so it's always nice to see. But we're going on to another mid to see who's going to start this round
hurt again.
in their favor. He's a little hurt. I think he's taking fall damage or something. I don't know. But
yeah. Whatever the artist rollout is. Look at Sin. He's that fake bomb.
So
actually,
much space.
He didn't even take that much damage.
Oh, the Sophie play though. He's going for it again. It worked last time, but the timing
a
little bit off.
Oh, he went too early.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really find too much.
Russo got super air shot. Does he live? He lives.
Until he finally gets dropped by Howard. But Sin's in.
The damage is insane.
Expended both their soldiers for it. Have to back up.
Sack isn't even gonna
farm
look
them.
at their health. If they get anything on the Sack, I'll be amazed.
There's no way Ford can do anything here unless they do like a miracle. Sandblast is behind. That's their one thing. Because they're also weak.
They're all look how hurt they are.
It's gonna be a timing thing.
He's going in. He gets the force.
Oh, May only able to hit the second surf. Does have to eventually use. Throw enough bodies, and I guess it'll eventually work. But at the end of the day,
they're gonna get second off this. I think there's so many players dead. They have to just fight this because Ubers are even. So this is just second. So this is gonna equalize into a last fight, I think, or rather stalemate on last.
We just got done talking about how it was so nice there weren't many stalemates going into one, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, I like seeing the meme off classes, so I appreciate the stalemates for that fact. Every time I see Rakuso's pie, it just warms my heart with joy.
I mean, the Sacks so far in these situations that we've seen, they've been successful. I think that's the main reason why it's stalemated. It's because the Sacks kind of just weren't good from either team. They weren't able to be successful, or at least the defense was too good. But so far, I think both teams have found openings for Sacks, and I think that makes sense since the teams haven't really scrimmed the map, neither of them too much.
Yeah.
At least in comparison to other maps.
Artist and Low Guy have the most experience on this map, and they're the ringers.
True. Oh, here comes a Sack, both through dungeon or basement or whatever. Yeah, Low Guy's just in spawn, he's fine. Takes a rocket, but is alright. So the 2-man for them to try to poke off of. They still have an engineer. Actually, he's moving his gun.
They're trying to move up Sandblast and get him in the sniper spot. I think that's their play.
I see.
Yeah, look at him go.
On the move.
Did they look like they're ready for this mate?
Oh,
yeah, no, they're
God,
not.
he hits it. One shot, one kill.
Hey, we're not ready for that. Alpha's also on Spy? I guess he's checking off classes. Mercruso's on Spy, so I think they know.
Mercruso's out of spawn.
Yeah, I think they know.
I don't know.
Howard was on, Alpha was on Spy. I don't know if he was checking classes or just happened to be on Spy. They got the drops, they backed up. Mercruso's on Spy. He took damage, but they didn't notice because he got
a rocket jump
into. But Howard's on last, so Mercruso has to deal with this now.
I'm watching Spy VNG. I don't care what's happening on 2.
Of course.
What?
Oh, he's gonna shoot him. That makes total sense.
Alright, Howard comes up on top.
8 health. Unlucky.
Didn't even need to use the Uber there. Okay, actually, they're dropping like flies. They didn't use the Uber, and they collected so many kills on 2. Yep, I guess they went all for
these miracle plays from GCI are kind of biting him. I feel like
another high risk.
The high risk plays, and go big or go home. And right now they're
looking like they're going home.
Yeah, they're looking to go home.
They do have the round advantage in this map pick though, so right now they're fine. But for the longevity of it, I'd be worried if I was a GCI fan right now.
Yeah, if we're on the same wavelength there. They do have 40% Uber descent, but they might get it in time, honestly. If Witness Gaming take a while, they're gonna get it like towards the end of Witness Gaming's Uber. Not Witness. Oh my lord.
Hey, you get one. You get one per
this
map.
Is like my third.
This is your you did one in pre-game, one in Sunshine, and now
I've done like 5 mental ones.
Oh well, Uber coming in from the side of Sandblast and friend, trying to find anything they can. No damage.
Logan's
actually,
gonna,
a little bit of cap time. This Uber did not find anything. Logan dead. Sandblast eventually getting chased. Oh, he takes the Artist as well. So that's something at the very minimum.
And Sin's gonna die.
They have an Uber of the last time they're in this situation.
He might fall too, but Alpha's trying to bomb onto May. Does he get anything? He gets Rakuso. But this is such a crappy fight. Soapy's in on the post. They do get the force, but so many players are dead. Are they gonna get Low Guy? It's a cafe. Okay, they get Low Guy. It's salvaged in the end. It's just Logan on mid, putting up sticky traps. So scuffed, but in the end, I guess it worked out in GCI's favor. And Sandblast is on sniper. Is he leaving spawn?
That Ford Uber left something to be desired. Oh, he is off out of the Ford spawn, so he's setting up, getting ready to look at choke. He's hiding his dot too. He's being greedy about it, hiding behind Logan's model, but first shot does not connect.
That's just the optimal play.
Yeah, not really gonna find much there. So free mid for the side of GCI. They do have a small ad to work with. They either have to just like pop immediately through door probably, or like drive before they get the Uber if they really want to use this, especially because Sandblast is a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like if they push,
they're gonna full send.
They'll just pop through a door. Like they'll just pick one and go. Like
especially because like May already dropped and they lost the round because Sandblast peeked on sniper. I don't think they want to deal with that again. Although they might not even
flashbacks.
They might not even use. We'll have to see. Yeah, look at this. They're actually they're trying to do this the normal way.
Oh, okay.
The Witness Gaming's they're strangely far back, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. You spot them and then go off of it. They were really far back, but there's the shot. One scout down, so Cafe's a shot at Artist.
Another dome on Artist too. So Sandblast kind of hitting the sniper shots, kind of late.
He's buying time. It bought the mover.
Sin might get the. Sandblast was in such a weird spot. Sin didn't spot it. He was like in the corner. It was actually made sense. He was in a good spot. So even Uber's here. They do have the Sandblast on sniper. I wonder. I hope that Recruso not getting that last back cap doesn't mean I get to see more of the Recruso spy. I just want to see some spies. It's always entertaining.
True. I like to see spies go in and then actually like 1v1 the person on last and win. It's always funny to see.
Yeah. The revolver is a good weapon, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. It's
True.
it's a good weapon.
60 damage is a lot.
Yeah, unless it trolls you. Sometimes it does troll you, and the shots just go to like Zimbabwe, and then you lose. That does happen.
Oh, Sandblast going for a peek.
He's getting a little aggressive there, and he's gonna live. So no one's really doing anything right now. I guess we're just waiting on Rakusa to sack. And
they're busting to his left side.
They're
Sophie's
gonna get
alone.
They're gonna lose 3 for this.
Yeah, Sophie was on a banner. He couldn't
Cafe's
jump away.
He got caught on a wall, so they basically double sacked because it's a 3v5. So the number this ad is the same, but with only 3 players, it's that much harder to check doors.
Yeah, it's easier to jump
Alpha
the way through.
Hit a trap.
And he's not even gonna die because he's literally gonna go forward to collect packs that way.
Logan jumped in and was like, wait, and then jumped out, but there's nobody to stop him.
We're trying to push forward a little bit.
So aggressive, it's insane. Artist is playing like he has the rest of his team around him, and it worked. The damage was insane. Or not GCI. Ford Gaming just backed up out of a 3v5, which is honestly really surprising to me.
Yeah, I think they just maybe wanted to sack and Alpha tried to get in and immediately ate too much damage.
Maybe they were worried about the respawns. That might have been it. They were like, oh, if we fight this and then the respawns come, we'll lose the round. And they didn't want to... They're on last, so they need the... Pushing out of last is very risky, especially if you're down 2 rounds. Or down, they have 2 rounds, because if you lose, then back to halftime.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if your pocket tries to make space for your team and immediately gets dropped to 7 HP, you just say screw it and cancel. Makes sense, but hey, you're getting your wish at least for now. Sandblast has not left the spawn yet, but he is checking off classes at the release. He knows that there is it's cookie cutter pretty much.
Look at
the side of GCI.
We have some gremlins in lower here going for the sack.
This is the door they've chosen every single time.
Got knocked up in the skybox and he doesn't use the big respect to low guy. They're not popular with that. We have Sandblast on sniper again. Sandblast wants to play as little scout as possible, it seems.
I mean,
I don't blame
so
him.
far he's been pretty successful. He's hitting some nice shots. And
he's going back in the same spot. They better be ready for it. They're in a better position. Yeah, see, this time they immediately fixed the problem and Sin's in the anti-sniper spot. Although Sandblast, he's still getting a pretty decent peek. He backs up, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of a rotation. Actually, it's a full retreat. They recognize their window of opportunity is left. As the rest of GCI has gone ahead and respawned. They got their full force with them and try number 2 to try to break into this last. They really like this right-hand side door from their perspective. Mostly because it's just Soapy there. There's no gun and no demo to block things off. But they've also been doing dungeons just because it's really close. So looks like they're going to do Shutter this time. There's going to be some counter initiation. Sandblast is going to die as well as Soapy, so they're a little bit of an opening. Slogan dying as well. So many players have fallen. The Uber onto a 1 HP Alpha, but seems like the greed has switched a little bit. Only 2 players left alive in this Uber, and the Uber hasn't even come off for the side of GCI. Launched into the skybox, and the cap will go GCI's way.
I knew they won that because someone on GCI messaged me, "I'm so hungry." As they were pushing last, I was like, "Oh, they won because they're in the halftime now." I knew they won that, so I just was like, "Oh, I'll let Jared take it away. He hasn't gotten spoiled yet."
Did someone say bodega trip? It's halftime.
Bodega. Yeah, it is halftime. Let's see how long this halftime takes.
Yeah. So honestly, look, if you ignore the score, and it feels like some of GCI's plays are really rocky.
Yeah,
but they've kind of shaped up though a little bit to lead them into this half.
They definitely look way more comfortable. It's either they look more comfortable or GCI Ford Gaming looks less comfortable, and I'm not really sure which one it is. Maybe it's a mixture of both, but it definitely I feel like they're going for a similar amount of roll the dice kind of risky plays as they're doing on Sunshine, but they just are working on this map because it may be just they're more comfortable with the map. I can't exactly put my finger on what the change is between Sunshine and this map, but it definitely just feels like their plays are, even when they weren't working, they weren't nearly as disastrous as Sunshine. You know what I mean? They didn't get, they only lost 1 round instead of multiple rounds off of silly things happening.
Yeah, I think what it mostly was is I think the high risk that GCI is playing It's the level of effectiveness is, I think, about the same, but in Sunshine, it would lead them to be like losing a lot. Where right now, if they play high risk, it doesn't really work out. They only really lose a little. Like they'll be in a bad spot, but then they'll find a way out of it. Where I think you're right that it is both. Where Ford just don't really look super comfortable on this map. We've seen a couple pushes that have just been like really awkward and didn't really
Ford looked
get
very,
anything.
very methodical on Sunshine. Like all their fights, no one died. They were just able. All their fights. What stuck out to me is that no one died unnecessarily. You know what I mean? Everyone died. GCI had to work for it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, gonna be interesting to see how both these teams kind of adapt. They got a little bit of time to adjust some things, just like on Sunshine. With a 3-1 game, Ford are gonna have to shape up if they don't want to,
Map 3.
yeah.
Woohoo! 3 a.m. Fun. I'm actually having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting into that punch drunk state of mind. And yeah, I wonder how long this halftime is gonna take because teams do have to go in and discuss what they want to change, what their strategies are, how things went. People also are probably getting tired, so they probably also are probably getting up just to get up and walk around, which also then just delays things further for the people who are still sitting here waiting to play. So we'll see.
True. We always talk about it. Fatigue is a very real thing in these
It
playoff
is.
games. So
This is the kind of situations where Tech really shines because they play till like 5 in the morning all the time. They're so used to playing till 5 in the morning. It's ended up being one of their strengths because they're so good at it. Whereas I don't think either of these teams are really known for having the real marathon matches that Tech has had. Maybe it's just because they're new teams. Tech has had 80 bajillion seasons to have those.
True. So it's gonna be interesting to see if there's any individual play that degrades over time. It might be hard to kind of point out, honestly, because most of the time it's like a team-based thing, and there's so many players to look at. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to see something if that ends up being the reason why a team starts to like change drastically. But I think
they're already up.
Yeah, I think realistically, I think Ford for the most part, they can probably. I think the big thing that they can do, I mean, it's easier said than done since their experience on this map is a little bit minimal. They could probably start punishing some of GCI's high-risk plays in the same way they did on Sunshine. I mean, it makes sense the level of effectiveness isn't exactly the same, because Sunshine is a map they're probably much more comfortable with, so they know exactly what they need to do on an individual basis to, like, get things in their favor when they see those openings. But if they can use this halftime to, like, start talking about some of the things that, like, they had room to do that they just didn't capitalize on, then maybe they can start, taking some of these high moments for themselves and giving themselves more room away from their own last point so the rounds aren't converted in the other team's favor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree with all that, and I think, well, I hope, okay, so the second that GCI unreadied was the second that Tech readied it. Or not, oh my lord,
Okay, you passed your quota.
Yeah, it'd be like that. GCI just, it doesn't roll off the tongue for me, it's hard to say. GCI, they are unready now, so we're waiting on them. I don't see who's AFK, but yeah, going to this half, other than like 2 backup attempts from GCI, we really haven't seen that many players go behind and do like kind of gremlin behind things that much. I feel like this match.
True. We saw it a little bit on Sunshine.
Yeah,
we saw one play.
Yeah.
We saw one GCI play where they went behind and it was like kind of seeing they went for it. They weren't able. They got like 1 kill for 2. Didn't really work out. I don't think Ford's really done it, which is kind of surprising because that's been like kind of their thing for a lot of maps and a lot of the matches they've played is send someone behind. But
are you looking at the stream?
Stream?
Where is that on the map?
That is a statue somewhere. I don't know.
That's on it looks like it's on last.
I honestly don't know where the statue is, but I know there's a statue on this map. It's mid. Okay.
I'm trying to find it. That is the blessed POV. There's gargoyles on this map? Oh, there is! Yeah. I didn't even know that. I've never looked up on this map. That's a fun fact about video games. Nobody ever looks up, so if you're up, they will never find you.
That's kind of unfortunate, seeing this is TF2 and soldiers go into the skybox.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I look up for soldiers. I look up specifically for them, but no one else.
All right, well, going into this first mid, I'm curious to see what both teams have kind of changed to put themselves up on top and secure the map for themselves. We have a lot of aggression coming from inside of Artis, getting some damage
very late to
on the look. What is... All right, double bomb in.
All right.
Just trying to full send it into the other team. Log take a little bit of damage. The soldiers are going to get expended for the side of GCI. Actually, Sid is living for a little bit longer. Sophie bombing in. Make sure those kills are collected for his team. And now the player at
so low. But in the
big advantage.
This is going to be a Ford gaming map, or excuse me,
mid.
Yeah, mid. Maybe the map. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's
maybe they turn it around.
Yeah, stay tuned. But for now, It's on GCI to hold. I'm just gonna stop saying teams. It's on red team
Red
to
and
hold
blue.
last.
Red and blue.
Yeah, red and blue. All right.
Pretend there's no casting essentials.
There's
Just say red and blue.
Yeah, red and blue.
All right. Well, the side of Ford, they're able to take this second point, but May lived with his Uber throughout that mid. So back to a stalemate. But so far, we've seen teams have not too rough of a time to try to find a way to either break it last or break out and find their opportunity. So I'm curious to see if in the halftime they talk a little bit about changing any ways they want to break it. In terms of holding, it looks like this is a pretty normal hold compared to the first half. A little bit of neglect of the left-hand side. The skip in. Oh,
Sandblast held the shutter door open by crouching. That's actually a pretty big brain. So that's some tech I haven't seen before. And looks like we do have 2 soldiers in lobby jumping around. They actually roll Logan.
Got out.
That's a massive trade. They get the demo. That might signal a push out here. And they get 2, and we're paused.
Okay, fun. Well, it's time to play.
Let's see if third time's the charm.
Game.
Third time's the charm to little guy lag out again. He is shooting a bow at a wall currently, but this is 90 seconds in the future from where we're now, so it has to be. But another pause. I wonder if they actually get this push out. Catface is an engineer, so it's going to be even numbers pushing out here. But they did get Logan, so they can just kind of walk through a door if there's no soldiers there.
I mean,
So
they've been playing high risk this match, so I would be surprised if they didn't see a demo pick and just decided to push out.
Yeah, it's par for the course for how the match is played so far that they're going to push out. Even with, I guess the engineer last isn't even a detriment because he's like the anti-spy cap device.
Yeah, he just can't post Uber though. Like if they're actually trying to push out and they keep the NG on last, he literally can hide. They're down a player realistically on a 2 fight.
That is the downside of it, but we'll have to see. If little guy lags out during right after the Uber exchange, it's going to be very, very bad. Or during let's say GCI loses. Hey, I said the right team. They lose this fight, right? And then Ford's trying to push last, and then little guy lags out, and they don't get the last push. That would be disastrous.
I feel like no matter what, this is going to be a bad spot.
Unless he dies. Unless he dies after the exchange.
Yeah. Even if there is one, I feel like he's going to have his Uber still, or he's going to be building it and then be dead and then May gets ad. It's just, I feel like timing it so that you're dead, when you're crashing, it's just obviously you're not doing it on purpose, but usually that's not a thing. I feel like it's a rare, oh, that was
it's
so
only
sick.
Medics, really. Medics and demos, kind of. Sometimes demos. Demos
At
of,
least with
if you have
scouts and
traps up...
soldiers,
Yeah.
They can just roll out.
If you're, you have to be going for a play or something. If your rover lags out, unless he's, actively about to drop the med or something, I don't care. You know what I mean? If he's on spy behind, it's kind of whatever, but...
You just pretend it's a sack that didn't work.
It's just this, oh, that guy sacked.
It doesn't necessarily change the flow of the game too hard in terms of, team favorability. But this, a medic going out would definitely do a whole lot of we've seen, but...
It's honestly, unfortunate,
we don't even know if it's Logai, though. We
I'm
said before, Artist crashed last time. Howard's been lagging throughout the entire time that we've been watching this
I'm just
on
assuming.
and off.
I'm
just assuming as well, yeah.
I messaged Sandblast, has not responded, so who knows? Maybe it's Sandblast who lagged out.
Oh no. Maybe he paused for a bodega trip.
True.
Who was the first to message you they were hungry? Oh, okay.
So we have some new lagging out players. Now this one might be longer because Lokai came back pretty. I feel like it's just he derped out for a second and they came back. It was just minor drops. Whereas if Caps lags out, we don't know when he's coming back. He could have just his house could have burned down. His internet could be out for forever. Who knows?
Yeah, when it's a new player, it's always scary because sometimes it's just oh, I was out for 10 seconds. Let me reconnect. And there's other times it's you gotta call someone, you gotta reset some stuff. It takes a bit. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
At least it's a scout of all things. Unless he's mid Uber charge.
Yeah. Imagine if he's they send him back the cap, and they're chasing, and he just lags out, so they don't get the cap. That'd be very tragic.
I feel like no matter what, there's a high probability that when someone crashes, whatever they're doing is just oh no, either that or just really funny.
Yeah, it's Murphy's Law, or it's I mean, sometimes it's funny, if a player's going for a flank and they lag out, it's not a lot of big brain plays. You know what the play is? I think the play is you go behind, they know you're behind, and then you lag out. Because they might not notice for a little.
That might not necessarily hit tab, they'll just be where is this guy hiding?
Yeah, let's just keep looking. That's I'll have to test that theory someday.
Just pre-fire all the corners, it'll end up being empty.
Yeah, Yeah, so we're just waiting on caps. I wonder how this last push out's gonna go. There's like a lot of I don't know. Lokai, normally I'd say I'd be kind of high on it, but Lokai's so close that I feel like I kind of don't know what's gonna happen.
If they did push out, I feel like it'd be semi GCI favored, mostly because they can milk. Because Alpha's not. There's no spamming class like on any of these doors. Ours is alone though. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication on where they're walking.
Oh, but they get sandblasted in the collapse, and here comes the Uber exchange. GCI is flashing more players. Actually, no, there's a lot of flashing left and right. There's so many players getting flashed, and Sin's gonna die. But they're in the last, and the respawn is here. Though there's no sentry.
Yep, they swapped off for that push, and it's not working out. High risk, high reward, but the reward will not be seen. Rakusa will fall. And that little miscommunication, they just chose different doors. Artis went bats, and his team went shutter, so he was left alone and just died to 2 scouts. Like, the plan was fine to push out if you want to go for that, but they literally just didn't follow each other.
Yeah, that's the ringer effect. And multiple question marks. Lol guy, did Danny tell you to do that? So, some BM coming out in the chat over that one. Not happy about it. So it's a 3-2, I believe? Yep. 3-2 for GCI. Still up around, but losing the first round of the second half.
Sam going across the point, trying to get a footing. No one's inside either of the fountains, so don't have to worry about those types of shenanigans. Just double soldier spam to try to soften anyone up. No one's getting like crazy weak spare, like Sandblast who eats
Comes
arrows.
Oh, fake bomb.
Fake bomb. A real one coming from Kusa, landing on the little high ground there is.
GCI 4G is just like in a corner. Yeah, there goes
the counter bomb from Soapy though. He gets so much damage. He takes some damage himself, but the collapse, Alpha getting May. Dropping Artis extremely well as well.
Catface is in, trying to go for a miracle play. Oh, he doesn't get it. Unfortunately.
There's a crash.
Oh, there's the crash. I think he was dead.
He was dead, yeah.
Okay, so it literally didn't matter.
Okay, that's what you hope for, realistically.
Yeah. And he's back. He actually got a better respawn. That was a net advantage.
True. I mean, it's not really going to matter too much because he's literally just, like...
Yeah, he's not the... Yeah, there's
just chilling at spawn, so...
No, but we do, he does have 0 points, I forgot about that. Yeah, but Witness Gaming here, going... No, oh my... Blue team gonna take the second point here, and they have Uber add to boot. So,
True.
This second half is pretty quickly turning into blue team favored.
Yep, they've kind of shaped up and adapted using the halftime to their advantage. And GCI are now in a spot that's never really liked to see on your own last. And so far, a lot of the pushes and sack attempts have been pretty well. They're actually going for an even Uber exchange, bombing and trying to get anyone they can. Rakuso is actually going to be following here, but they actually...
No, they have ad.
Oh, they do have ad. My HUD's broken. Whoops. The ad going in. Never mind. Trying to collect as many people as possible.
Artis is going to die, but the Putis is here to salvage, but he's getting shot in the back by Howard. It's just May on the point, and they're going to get it even match. 3-3, all tied up here on, what is this match? Not Vigil. Villa. They look the same, actually. And they start with Vs.
It's okay, we both get little hiccups. My HUD lied to me, that's my fault. The viewer's HUD is fine, because Dolphin fixes it, but I don't. Yeah. And it just lied to me and said they had Uber. But yeah, that was full ad. Worked out pretty well, collected a lot of kills, and got them another round on the board, so it's looking pretty spicy. Got a 3-3 matchup ahead and going into the next round.
Yeah, we do, and it looks like both demos gonna wrap it here. Just gonna be kind of trading some spam, not really too much going on. Soapy gonna immediately go in the enemy team's cafe, fountain? Yeah, fountain. So Soapy going for the long con, waddling behind. He's actually going into the books, so he's going for the super long con, but Rakuso knows. Yeah, they know they're on the chase. They might get Soapy behind here while everyone's just sitting around spamming.
He's found a way back into his own fountain to meet up with his teammates, unable to chase down that player, but bomb from Sin up on top of the high ground to get some superior spam. Soapy making space as well.
Here comes an alpha
from
bomb.
Rakuso. Sandblast very low. Will eventually die both soldiers from each team 1-for-1, and Soapy actually going for a big flank this time. Inside book. This could be the collapse.
On it.
Yeah, Soapy getting a lot of damage and causing a distraction to let the blue team actually stand on top of the point and get some good positioning here. Artis trying to throw them back and get them to shoo away, but he's taking a lot of damage.
They're also hurt.
Yeah, everyone on red team is so weak right now.
And they get the point too. Both teams have Uber now.
Yeah, bomb coming
in
from Soapy.
Here's the exchange. There's a lot of hurt players everywhere, and they're gonna drop Artis too. They're gonna have to back up here, and the blue Uber might be slightly better. We'll have to see it. They want blood. They're gonna commit. They're so far in, and red team just has to back out. I don't know if they're gonna refight this.
Yeah, they have no positioning. They are out of there. Just completely gone. Their health is super bad. Soapy bombing. They hear that May is killed. And Rakuso and Caps will fall as well. This is just gnarly inside this lobby area. Sin peeking a little bit. Gonna get cleaned up by the side of Sandblast, and Artist as well, so that was quite the wipe. The tables have turned.
Whatever the halftime adjustments Ford made, they are working, because Ford has gotten 3 rounds in 6 minutes. This is not looking good if you're a fan at GCI. They're still in it, but they can, it's gonna be rough. They gotta claw their way back. They have the time to do it, but they gotta win a mid, and they gotta. I don't know what they have to fix.
Yeah, but now it's time for the mid-game adjustments, realistically, and it's going to be a little bit rough going into the next mid here. Got to make sure it ends up in your favor if you don't want to end up on your own last like we've seen so many times before this match. Both teams going to arrive rolling out through books. No one, actually, never mind. Soapy in Fountain once again is spotted by Catface. Going to leave D a little bit of a duel. He's actually going to just say, screw that, jumping away. Sin trying to create some space, bombing forward. Same with Rakuso. Actually, maybe going to commit. No, just going to land on the pack. Alpha trying to create some space himself to counter bomb. These soldiers that are creating so much chaos right now. The side of
they get
Ford,
off of a
it's just so far back. Yeah, the nice arrow kill from the side of May. Another
so
one added to the collection. And the flank from
Catface. For the pitch. They're all gonna shoot him. He gets it. Rakuso's here.
Guy. The collapse is happening.
This is what GCI needed. Oh, the Howard's behind. Howard runs past all of them.
Oh, they have to clean him up. He's actually going for the big play, trying to land on a May. 60 health left on the field. 12 HP.
He's so hurt.
Balls of steel. Barely holds on to that. He
knew that if he popped that, it was over for that round. Not over, but they need to win this round just
it's
for the
theme.
momentum.
It's the theme. High risk, and the reward that time paid off.
Yeah, if GCI win this match, even if they lose, they could say they definitely pulled out all the stops. You know,
Alpha. This is your time to be happy about his off-classing.
All right. He's in lobby too. The defensive off-class, no less. The rare and famed defense in lobby off-class.
Well, this could be scary.
Is that they go and he's still on spy. That's the worry.
Yeah.
Or I think it's about to happen. I think.
It's rough to deep here.
They know they're going lower, so this might already instantly do this push. They know where they're coming from.
He's going for it. Oh, it might get Artist. If Artist is slow enough, he could get him. He does get the demo. They're turning around. He gets Sin as well. He didn't turn around in time. Immediately collecting 2, and with no demo, there's no way the sentry's gonna fall, especially with Sin dead. Yeah, he's caught in. He's just trying to get a kill on his way out, but will be unsuccessful. In the play from Alpha, the long con, not only getting 1, but 2, making sure that GCI's push is stopped in their tracks.
They're just gonna sack and May gets forced.
Their surf wasn't good enough,
and
so force comes out.
He's probably gonna get cleaned up, but he's still behind, so someone has to deal with it. Soapy's out to spawn.
He's just on pack collection. It looks like Catface gonna chase him.
Yeah, Catface found him.
Still, Fugabrad from the side of from low guys, so Ford in a pretty good spot.
You're down your roamer, so backcaps are going to be that much easier to get. We do actually have Alpha on last year, so also worry about post fights. I think GCI knows this, and they're trying to spam. They're spamming like they know. Yeah, here comes the force, and this post fight might be fine. Their soldiers are not in the fight.
Ooh, Howard and Catface 1v1. Howard took the pack and still lost it. Catface is going for it. Yeah, I don't think he can win this one. There's
it's a soldier v scout,
soldiers, but it's 2 soldiers though. But that means there's no soldiers for
soldiers on last.
Though.
Yeah, he called both soldiers on last, so GCI's gonna just take this pretty much for free. Alpha's gonna go for a bomb though.
He's trying to work his way behind, gonna create a little bit of chaos. Might have to, send someone back to duel him. It's gonna be a Rakuso versus Alpha duel, maybe on mid. As the rest of the team pushes forward, Sandblast is going to fall. Bomb is from Soapy, is gonna get the force off. So Red Uber is trying to chase him.
I think this is a dry. This is a disaster. It's a collapse.
This is 100% a dry. Immediately going through the
point, and they don't have a demo to block. They might kill us though. They're not even. Get Alpha, yeah. It's okay, so 4-4. Match point. If GCI wins this round, we go into map 3. If Ford wins this round, we get to go to sleep. And they win the match, that too. But priorities.
That's the nail biter here.
Yeah, we do have a nail biter.
Alright, well it could really all come down to this. We've seen so far that whoever takes mid is in a pretty good spot for the beginning, and that good spot could net you the position you need to be able to take the last round and the map, and maybe even the game, depending if you're
GCI fighting for their playoff lives, Ford fighting for our bedtime. We'll have to see who comes on top.
Yep, mid look pretty much normal. Soapy's actually going to be in the opposing fountain, so something to note. Going to be able to loop his way around. Cap's taking some position to be somewhere nearby.
Soapy's behind.
I think he does. I mean, they just saw him waddle in, but the bombs from Sin are trying to create space. They're actually making sure that this door is somewhat controlled, so Soapy can't actually flank. Really
Kuso's also behind too, so it's actually mirrored in that both roamers are behind, causing chaos. But now here comes the double bomb from soldiers. They get Alpha here. Both soldiers from Red are so hurt though. Kuso's, if he lives, there's no way. The
Uber coming out. An Uber exchange on mid. It's not often you see that.
And Logan's going up. He's gonna get dropped. He gets air shot.
just straight pencil vertical in the air, unable to escape.
Sandblast is trying to make sure his med can get a lift, but he's going to fall for it. And look at the collapse here. They're going to last. Lolgai is going to preserve his life, but they're just steamrolling this. They haven't even cat mid yet. They just keeps going.
Rakusa's in. He wants more. Getting some damage on the Alpha. A little bit of space for the side of Sin to launch his way in. Lolgai popped in the air. Rakusa with the last rocket, able to make sure that he is dead in the grave. And what a play coming out from the side of GCI. They barely even had mid cap, and they're just in last, making sure that Lolgai does eventually fall, and it may. This is going to have a pretty nice Uber head to work with, but the Alpha Spy, it worked last time, and I'm curious to see if it's going to work again.
If you go Spy, if it keeps going, they won't expect it again. You know, you die in Spy 3 times, don't get anything, they won't expect the Spy 4 times in a row. So, we'll have to see if 2 times in a row is the charm. I don't think they'll expect it because May's backing up into him. Here he comes, he's deep looking for it.
Oh, the timing,
this might be a little...
It's so
they
awkward.
have no idea.
Oh no. Oh,
wait, that was a face stab.
He gets it again. He's gonna surf out. He's gonna surf out. Oh my, it
that
only
was a face stab.
I mean, it's all about the shoulders, really. It's all about the shoulders.
He even dropped the bind. Oh. An absolute tragedy for GCI here. Here comes the push out, but they don't have anyone on last, so we'll have to see if there's any backup attempts. There are 5 people who can try to go for it.
Oh, Alpha's there, but that doesn't look like they're looking for it. Artist's gonna take a little bit of damage, Soapy making sure he shoot away out of the second point that is now theirs. They have a decent Uber head to work with as well. Didn't need to use, obviously, because, you know, May was dead, so got in a decent position here. It looks like they want to push through Books as their door of choice. A lot of damage onto Sin, so he's not going to be able to escape the trap. Oh, they're going through Fountain.
Oh, they can instantly spot it, though, but it doesn't matter. The point time. This is, again, go big or go home.
Yep, trying to go behind, so they're getting a little bit of chaos.
Back. This is already working out quite well. Rakusa does die, and the Catface does win his 1v1, so that's a small consolation here. Sin's going in, look at the chaos. They had GCI have full Uber his head, and they just went an aggressive play, and they have bought themselves 75%. They almost have this Uber, and they only
Sin's living too.
Sin's living. Rakusa's up. It's a 5v5. They just bought themselves even Ubers.
That was a great play. We talked about how it was really easy to happen, just like bust through Fountain. That's exactly what we saw.
That was perfect example of like a high risk, high reward play. They got a very high reward of, you know, not losing. They kept the point. I was very impressed with that play.
It's working out in their favor now this second half, so good on them. But they're gonna make sure that it stays that way if they want to collect this round. They have mid at the very least, so it's a stalemate in their favor.
6 players in Books.
They're they're in the driver's seat, but they're leaving some doors open. I don't think Ford really recognizes that yet to use it, but maybe if they see too many people, then maybe in the future, depending on how things go. But I think GCI is just trying to spot them, trying to figure out, is it worth it to even sack? Is Lolgai even close enough, or do they like go for the flank instead? They're starting to poke through choke. This is really a death ball, but Rakusa going in for the big play, trying to land onto Lolgai, who's going to take a little bit of damage, but at the end of the day, not quite enough to get that force. But Soapy will fall as well, trying to go for a counter very, very quickly. So ultimately 1 for 1.
It's a 5v5. We'll have to see if they wait for Rakusa to come. I hope Rakusa, like, do you think you're off class at this point? Or you think, oh, here comes
I
thought they were gonna sack. I saw a soldier in the sky and assumed it was a sack, but Alpha just was in the skybox for some reason.
I think Ford off class if GCI doesn't. Oh, Catface is behind. Sin actually bombing in. He's committing on a Lolgai. Lolgai is going to serve, and Catface comes in and makes sure that it is a drop. That's not just a force. The wombo combo. Catface unchecked. The nice surf from the side of Lolgai, but Sin making sure that that is set up properly. And Catface is still making them have to run all the way to their last. He's still alive. He should surely eventually die here, but he's still crazy.
Is he gonna get Soapy?
Oh my god, he got... Okay. He did so much there to make sure that that is super favorable for his team, and now this is starting to be the GCI show. They've really shaken up, and Alpha is trying to go for the trifecta here. He has a really small window. But this is he knows he's out of here. He knows he's just playing safe. That's a normal Alpha though. This is the man who's goes spy 3 times in a row, even if it doesn't work, just because you don't expect it. But full ad for the side of GCI as they prepare for their upcoming last push.
Yeah, it's, you know, I gotta say, Catface was so good at going behind. Even the casters have noticed, and we have wall hacks.
True. Sin trying to create some damage.
Artist actually just bombed like into spawn, and there's a... Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. But some GCI coming in, they're on the point here. Can they get this stuff? Lolgai gonna be hurt in the post. There's a soldier on him, but the Heavy's still alive. And they're trying to... They finally get him down.
Inside each other's models. Artist able to collect those kills. 2 players left alive on both sides. 2 from Ford, 2 from the side of GCI. Sin rolling out, so not quite there, but it seems like that's not quite enough for them to, you know, fully commit for this last push quite yet. But because Lolgai did die and May did not, they still have a decent ad to work with for try number 2. So I'm
Even though
curious to
you
see
fail
what happens
last
here.
push, if your mid lives and you kill their mid, you still feel kind of alright. You know, I think if you've played competitive TF2, you've been in that circumstance. You're in 6s, it's like, oh, we failed our last push, but our mid lived. Let's try again, you know? Just keep trying it till your mid dies. So we'll have to see how this one goes. It's
Oh, the cat face heavy. It's back. We've seen it regular season.
Here it comes.
This could be the game ender. The post super heavy.
I'm gonna predict right now this is the game ender. I think Catface Heavy is gonna clutch it up. So Catface MVP of this half for sure if they win this.
They're milking their way through. They only pop when they get onto the point. The gun is not quite dead yet. They're actually going to eventually get it. Catface just in here. He's on the point.
Perfect player.
He's on top of it.
He just dies.
He does melt immediately though. But so many players on the side of Ford have dropped. It is just scouts left alive. They are able to clean up a little bit.
It's Sin versus May,
but it's not quite enough. And we are in for a long night, my friends.
We are. We're going to map 3 here for CP Snakewater, which was, I believe, Ford's map pick. But again, I feel like Snakewater is one of those maps. Everybody's played it 80 billion times. You know what I mean? It's like one of the most played maps in TF2. Although I say it does have some overlaps with Sunshine, so maybe it'll be Ford favored. Considering they did pick it, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, a lot of the times, at least at this level, Snakewater can very easily be less about plan and more about execution, which is what we've been kind of saying for this match with some of the ways that these teams have been playing. It's less about their ideas per se, especially for this map because there wasn't a whole lot of practice, but just whatever you do choose, if you're able to perform it just better than the other team, that can really work out in your favor. But I really like how GCI is starting to shape up. I think they've progressed throughout the hours that we've been here. They've kept their train rolling and kept, stuck to their guns about they're willing to go off the tiniest little things, or they really want to go for like the high risk stuff to, reap the rewards. And at the beginning, it wasn't really working out, but now they're starting to find their footing. They're finally figuring out what is more worth it to go for versus Ford, and it's led them to the success they've had now, albeit it was, kind of slim. So the margins they need to win by if they want to be able to take this match, it needs to increase further for them to be very comfortable. But I'm liking the changes that they've kind of put in. Ford, they had the halftime adaptation, try to shape things up at the very beginning. They took 3 rounds in a row, but GCI is still coming out on top.
Too little, too late. They almost were able to get off, go to bed for their like 7 and 9 a.m. wake up times, but by this point, I think they're just gonna stay up all night.
It's the first half deficit, really. If you look at just that half, you look at that 3-2, you're like, oh, that's a close game. Both these teams know what they want to do against each other. It's looking good. But if you come out of the gate in that first half and you blindside the other team with some stuff, they got to claw their way back, and it's really rough.
I think my MVP, even though like he may not have had, actually he did top frag, so I'm gonna say my MVP is Catface for that final round, just because of the clutch plays at the end to really salvage it. It was I don't know how he even got behind. I didn't see on my screen how it happened.
I think he just ran from books and bats.
Probably, yeah.
He just existed back there, and then whoever was chasing him stopped because Sin bombed in. I guess
I don't think they knew.
Well, I think they did know it, but they just didn't want to chase into lobby too deep because it's a distraction after all, right? I think whoever it was made the judgment call that he was too far back, so he tried to go help with the Sin bomb, and then the surf was literally into the Catface, who was closer than you would expect, and just the drop happened. Things kind of steamrolled. He also did
wait, Catface had 87% accuracy.
Pog.
That is a high. Well, actually, Sandblast and Howard both had 80%, so Noob Cap out here with the 74% as the lowest, which is usually a high stat. You usually see 74% scat accuracy and you think, oh, that's a high stat, but
true.
87% is the highest I've seen in a match in a long time, and both scouts, actually no, Howard did 65, never mind. It was Sandblast who did 80. Sandblast is a known regular high 70s, low 80s kind of scout.
I mean, someone's got to shoot those stickies, right?
Yeah, someone's got to, and those... I'm a high AC, low damage scout because I hit those 3s from across the map, and there was a lot of that game because there's a lot of good fights, but at the same time, there's definitely opportunities for some good old chip shot.
Yep, gotta bare minimum get rid of the crit heals at the very least,
Yeah, we'll have to see. Going into Snakewater, I don't even know what's gonna happen. I feel like Snakewater is a map you could go behind too if you really want to. It's not as good as Villa, but I think it's definitely. I think it's reasonably good at going behind. Not terrible, not great.
I think it's fine. I think from personal experience this season, I've seen a lot of success from decided to witness in their flank going behind on this map in particular. And that was versus Ford too.
Yeah.
So in that Snakewater match, I think it was at the very least.
I do remember in the past we have seen the Ford flank kind of be the victim of going behind. I think of back to that Froyo match too, Froyo versus Ford Gaming at Viaduct, where they kept sending Blazins just behind the whole time on Viaduct. So it definitely has happened, and I think GCI probably know that too, and they know if we can get behind, Ford maybe can't deal with it as better as other teams. Although Ford also, no slouches themselves, and they've also have Soapy back to maybe help clean that kind of stuff up.
And this is their pick at the end of the day. They go into this knowing that like they are comfortable, at least in some respect, playing GCI on this map. So they got some sort of game plan in their head. So I guess it really comes down to, do you respect that so far the team that picks the map has won it, or do you just go off of the fact that we've seen going behind work against Ford in the past in the regular season?
Yeah. It is nice thing you point out. It is map 3. And once you get to map 3, almost all the maps have been banned, so the pool's pretty limited. So oftentimes your map 3 is kind of just like whatever.
It's even.
It's whatever.
Even as hell.
It's whatever that's left. It's everybody's gotten the maps out of the way that they hate. Everyone's banned all the like. If you're map 3, it's pretty hard to get a map 3 that you didn't want to play. If you have that probably means that the maps you just have too many maps you can't play. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you can ban all the maps you don't like, so there's like, I think 2 or 3 maps left when you get to pick the final one. I think there's only 2 left, so...
Yeah, there's 2 and you pick between them.
Yeah. It could have been Koth, but they chose Snakewater instead, so I guess Ford doesn't want to play King of the Hill for whatever reason.
What was the Koth map? Was it Bagel? Because if that makes sense.
Let me go look.
The Bagel
actually, it was
maps...
Gully. Okay.
Oh, it was Gully?
Here's the bans, right? So they first banned Process, then Metalworks, and then the 2 maps were picked that we just saw. Then... see, Ford banned Process and 2 Koths, and GlobalClan Ice banned Product, and then banned Goalie.
Okay.
So the map that's left was, what map would be left? It's not Goalie.
You're looking at it, not me.
Not Goalie, not Metal, not Process, not Sunshine. Man, I can't think of it. Whatever.
It's 2 bans, 2 picks, 4 bans.
Yeah.
So Gully was the last map that got banned out on Snakewater's pick.
I thought there was 2 left and you got to pick one. Okay.
I mean, it's like you're
I guess, yeah, okay.
you're banning this.
Okay, I got you.
Maps,
Yeah,
so...
the way it was laid out was derpy. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So they opted to choose for Snakewater instead of Goalie, which leads me to believe they believe in their scouts. That's what that kind of indicates. Either that or they don't. Not that they don't believe in their soldiers, but maybe they respect the Simber Crusoe combination, because Goalie's kind of a traditional soldier map. It's not a map where you traditionally see scouts really just kind of show up and make sure the soldiers can't have any fun. Soldiers definitely get to have more fun on that map more than most maps, so the fact that they banned that means that they probably don't want to play that kind of game.
True.
So Sandblast might have been doing map picks, who knows? Actually, it's probably Alpha.
Definitely gotta, it can be really rough picking the last map because it's not necessarily favorable for you and it's not necessarily weak for the other team. So we've seen, some back and forth throughout both these maps so far. I'm curious to see if Snakewater is going to be some of the same. When we talk about predictions, what are your initial thoughts as we see GCI go ahead and ready up here?
I think it's gonna be closer than the first map, but not as close as the second map. I think that once a team gets like A advantage, it's not gonna be a hard roll. It's gonna be somewhere in between them, because I feel like we kind of got like as close as like the first map was not close, and the second map was extremely close. A 5-4. So I feel like we've seen the extremes, and we should settle to a happy medium.
My thoughts are...
I don't know who's gonna win. I have no idea.
My thoughts are GCI's plays to victory were normal plays, and Ford Gaming's plays to collect their rounds were off classes. Like they got the Sandblast drop, they got the Alpha stabs. And I feel like the more you do that, the less you can rely on it. So I feel like GCI is in the driver's seat here, despite it not being their map pick. But we are going in the first mid. We can really set the pace for the match.
This is kind of traditionally kind of a spamming mid, so we'll have to see if there's not that many people actually committing. We do have a soldier immediately bombing up to the point, taking some damage, but looks like it's GCI right now on the high ground. Actually, excuse me, Sandblast tried to take the high ground and instantly got dropped to 5 health. Gonna get bowed up, gonna be healthy.
3 in the corner.
Well, Artisan's gonna die. There's so many hurt players. They do manage to beat up Sandblast.
May left alone.
Oh, there's the players. It's not going the way of Ford. or rather, excuse me, it is going the way of Ford. But they're trying to get it in here for the salvage. They do have the salvage squad ready to go in, and Ford knows this, and they're trying to back up. So GCI are buying themselves time, but the pipes from Logan. Catface is behind.
Yeah, I mean they'll just probably try to clean him up with Soapy and Sandblast 2v1 him or something like that.
He's gonna try to
get
the drop on someone.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, they're ignoring him. Oh no, they see him. Okay, they're
He's in lobby. He's all the way in the lobby. He's hoping he can drag people back, but there's too many spawners. He wasn't able to do anything. So they're gonna be down players for last. And what? Ford Gaming gonna have full Uber here, trying to go into second. GCI really want to get this force. You can tell they were posted up like they want to get the force. They also knew Catface bought him a little time.
Yeah, Rakusa was pretty aggressive, but eventually got out. It looks like they're working their way towards lower. Artist does have it trapped, I think. So, a lot of damage on Sandblast will eventually, you know, be healthy enough to continue this push on. Look at the way towards Shutter to use Uber. Immediately
here comes the Uber.
And they will find a soldier. Yeah, he's immediately dead. Artist dropping to a Logan bombing it. There's no gun either. It's just a heavy.
Oh,
they're collecting the kill on Rakusa as well, and that's 3 dead before the Uber is even done.
They have a heavy, but it's
yeah, he's gonna
big man versus 6 players. Not gonna work. But that round came up all Ford Gaming. So
there's no gun.
Yeah, there's no gun. I don't think. GCI, I feel like they weren't.
I feel like they weren't prepared, but they needed to be.
It feels like they weren't prepared. Maybe Catface is the designated NG player, but he's always using heavy, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they were building because
I
think maybe you know what it was. I think they were building because Catface was behind. That's probably it. I think that threw a monkey wrench in the works.
Probably, but going on to another mid here. We have Ford up 1-0 right now in the game. Some spam going across both sides. Not really anything. Everyone's pretty healthy. Everyone's got their buffs. So there's, as soon as I say that, Sin and Artist take a little bit of damage. So it's going to be a little bit rough for them to continue fighting. It's going to take some packs, take some arrows, and Artist is still continuously pressure weak, but it's Sandblast that's dying first. Expend for that kill. And yeah, Bomb
Soldiers got rolled.
Oh,
yeah, Sin's gonna die to a sticky that was just kind of like littered on the ground there.
Oh, Ford wants to poke.
Yeah, I don't blame him, but Artist knows he's locking down the chooks pretty well, and Ford are gonna back up here. They're up. They got the first round. They're gonna be happy with just chilling on second with their full Uber. So it's GCI at the driver's seat here to get either force or a dorp from Wolguy.
Yep, in the driver's seat, trying to. I guess they're poking through lower to at least cause a little bit of distraction. But there is soldiers. I think it's just like distraction for a Rakusa bomb from window.
Probably,
maybe.
Yeah. It's so easy to pressure lower in this map. If their demo doesn't sticky trap it, I feel like it's so easy to just like walk in.
Yeah, the Rakusa bomb. Oh, he gets air shot by Alpha immediately.
He lives though.
Really
he's gonna get dive.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Now
Sin actually is kind of hurt too.
Oh.
Soapy's going in for immediately fast play from Saw. He actually does he get anything? No, he doesn't.
Oh, the timing not quite there. That was really sketchy though. Like leaving that door open
Soapy
just
had
completely.
The correct theory. Sandblast wants to fight. Look at this. Oh, they want to fight.
They're poking around, but I don't think they really see an opening. Everyone's too far back. It'd be a bit of a stretch to really commit for that. So, they're just gonna accept the fact that the Soapy bomb wasn't good enough of a, a counter sack, even though he lived. So,
yeah, Soapy had the right theory.
Still in a good spot to try to get this force out of the other team, but they got to do a little bit more than just the one Rakusa sack to his death if they want to achieve that.
They haven't. They really like to just ruin Rakusa's stats. I've noticed that Rakusa has been on a lot of solo adventures that were kind of doomed.
Sin creating some space. They're actually 6-manning. Oh no, Catface is going towards Saw now.
Here comes the Rakusa sack.
Coming in, not air shot this time. Will actually land on the demo.
Logan might die from fall damage. He's so hurt.
14 HP. Will eventually get arrowed up and continue to fight on. People on the chase.
They knew Soapy was going to do the lobby play. They tried to catch him out, but he's going to live with 7.
Oh, just barely eats an arrow.
So many
hurt
players. Okay, Ford. You could argue they quote-unquote won that, but that was so sketchy. First, they almost lost Artist, who was single digits, and then they almost lost Soapy, though, single digits. So it's definitely kind of close there, and they do it because they didn't even try to counter. Or I guess they did.
It's good by Ford, too, to recognize that, like, you don't need to die for the sake of dying. If the sack looks terrible, just don't come in.
Yeah.
So far, Soapy's seen it a little bit of an opening. Doesn't look good enough, just lives. It's fine. Otherwise, they just sack, and that's one less person to spam these doorways. Which is pretty important if a team's just going to walk lower and dry.
Howard Sniper now instead of Sandblast Sniper.
It's a defensive sniper, too. He's on bats.
Yeah, the defensive sniper, if they... I find that the biggest issue with the defensive sniper is that if they really can take an aggressive Uber exchange and you don't expect it, the sniper could just be useless. But on the other hand, if you can get some picks and your team can get some space, you can do some miracles. And it's really easy to peek lower on this map if you have the space to do it.
Sure, you could pin them really easily.
Yeah,
Rakusa bombing in.
Rakusa's behind.
He's actually in cheese. He might do another bomb in, or at least cause a distraction.
Sniper's looking back for him.
A little bit rough.
Alpha spotted
spam.
Him. Poor Rakusa.
Yeah, he's dead. Wasn't able to really do too much. Kind of just caught. And Soapy's on the move. He's going in, trying to get as much damage as possible.
May 12 health.
Oh my god. The chip damage trying to come in from Sandblast, but will not find anything. And This is what we talked about. They're kind of
Howard's in lower taking pot shots, but May, what? I can't believe May actually did what he did. It was so smart. He knew that they had a sniper, and instead of peeking lower because he was hurt, he went towards Saw, where he could have died for chip damage, yes, but they weren't ready for it because they had a sniper.
Trying to poke through. Catface is actually really deep right now. Actually going to maybe try to climb the box, or at least, have some spam go his way rather than his teammates.
Again.
Oh, Rakuso juggled and then body shot midair and then headshot and killed. Oh no, Rakuso, I'm so sorry. That is
he's gonna come
sad
to spy at some
gameplay.
point. I feel like at some point you as a roamer you have to just protest. But here comes the drive push because they are down 2. This is not a drive push. It's like they do get soapy though. That might spell the end for this. And yeah, they're gonna back up. I wonder if they're just gonna keep sending this man to his death. Somebody help Rakuso. He's on Soldier too.
There's a reason why he messaged you that he hates Soldier.
He also messaged me he was hungry too, so he's not having a good time.
A lot of damage for the side of forward though, but these headshots are keeping the enemy team at bay. So despite the damage, Howard, making sure that his team's able to have an iron grip over this hold is run 3 minutes off the clock, third way through. Howard taking a little bit of damage from spam. Will back up, and it seems like there'll be no counter sack off of the Sin bomb. Damage on the cap, just trying to create some space.
They're really happy with just slowing the game down. It's kind of surprising how happy they are.
Usually... here comes the patented Catface spy. Usually it's not a GCI match without Catface spy. Let's be real.
Yeah. Or Rakuso spy, one of the two, possibly both. Have we seen double spy this season? I think we did once, right?
We've seen spy sniper a lot.
Yeah. I want to see the double spy. Actually, isn't that banned now? I don't remember. Okay.
No, it's still good.
Howard's in lower.
Did you see that flash? Alpha shot him. I don't know if we saw him.
I don't know if he did. He's not.
He did.
Okay, they said spy in chat. Okay. No, there's a spy. Howard doesn't look like there's a spy. Howard is looking like he wants to be stabbed.
Oh,
and they lose in, they might try push off this.
Yeah, they know there's a spy, so there's not spam or anything.
Catface will be able to call this switch next. The Catface can also call when Howard's peeking lower, so they shouldn't be able to die to that at all if possible. And they're gonna. Rakuso wants Howard. Oh, he's not gonna get it.
Oh, the decloak. It's going in.
He's gonna
exchange ending at mid after the whole thing is said and done. He gets the revolver kill, so no sniper on the field. Ward is on top of the point, is dead though. They're collapsing really hard. And
Catface is going for the back cap. If they can block this, look at the point time. They need to be able to block this.
The cap salvage. He just ran in and
they're gonna get the point here. Actually, are they?
Oh, this is no. They have sandblast now. It's for mid. Yeah. Came back in time. Still, though, Medic's dropping like fly. Cruiser getting chased down by Sandblast. Dropping extremely low. Pistol down, almost 3 HP, but he's not going to have any safety here. Will get cleaned up.
They're still on. He's just on. What do you do? He's just on. How did Rakuso die? They're capping second, even though they're just all rolling it. That must have been like a weird sack or something.
He got chased by Sandblast, so just a 1v1. Yeah, the spy's still a thing.
It's been so long. Not that they're gonna forget about it, but you get kind of lax. Sandblast is hurt. Catface is on mid. I'm surprised Catface hasn't gone for anything yet. I think here it comes now. Sandblast is looking.
Yeah, there's not really a distraction. Everyone on GCI have recognized that 2 is no longer held. Yeah, he's just stuck on it. There's no good opening. He's gonna run out of cloak if he just runs. I think he's on cloak and dagger, so it's.
Yeah, he was crab walking, so that's how you know he's a cloak and dagger.
At least it's
Yeah, look at him, he's crab walking because he doesn't have the cloak.
For all intents and purposes, it's even though. Oh, he almost bumped the scout rolling out. Scout just runs past him.
Yeah, we have the crab walk. I love how he's just still on spy and he can't get off, so he's just been standing. This is so derpy.
Hey, it happens sometimes, I suppose.
And they knew instantly too. It's not like he was being sneaky at any point. They just knew, pretty much instantly. He's just gonna sit here. He's just gonna sit here and wait. This is just a meme at this point.
Yeah, he's really banking on it. The smart thing to do for a lot of players would just be cut your losses and a reset. But I guess he's really going for the big play. But
he's waiting for the sack. Wait, alpha cheating.
Oh, did he randomly shoot him?
Yes.
Oh, he's dropped solo. He's 20 HP.
Dude, they're looking so hard for him.
They know that if they get one little piece of spam that he's dead, this pistol's almost hitting him. He has to dodge like a madman around the scouts. He's still alive. Look at the figure 8. Serpentine pattern. Not quite as effective as you need it to be as Sophie goes in for a sack. Gotta be unsuccessful. Arts collecting that kill in Catface. It's your time to shine. You got 20 HP in a dream. Are we gonna see the decloak?
Here he
comes. The decloak comes out. Coming in. Miller takes one revolver shot, but not quite enough.
Doubled actually. Rakusa died too.
Oh man. All right, well, that's 2 dead for the side of GCI, and Ford have a pretty
Artist
ample
is getting one
opportunity.
field
They're
by
running
Scout.
forward.
He's gonna die. Howard. Oh, Howard. Okay, he traded at least, but this they're gonna push in. Sandblast is gonna die. He gets the trade here. This is so weird. It's a 2v4. Oh, the point. They have to stand on the point. Okay, they're gonna get Logan here, but Logai has not popped, and they have two hurt soldiers leaving lobby. So quickly turned into a disaster off of the two man. They just I don't know. They're just able to trade their way into getting them made a force.
Yeah, only had to really sacrifice Logan there, realistically. I mean, it's a demo pick, but at the end of the day, are unable to use it to break out of last due to Logai's Uber. And, some Snakewater respawns that are, not so bad for the team that has the opposing two. So we're in a pretty favorable position right now on the side forward, and they're immediately coming in through the left-hand side, actually going to chase down Verguzo in lower to make sure that kills flash. You have double defense, which means not a whole lot of mobility to get on the point, so they just stand alone. Yep. Double defense, no mobility to get to the point to block it if they just clear the stickies, and that is what they did. Just cleared them, got on it, and captured the point for themselves. So 2-0 for the side of Ford in this map of Snakewater.
I don't even know how to feel about that round. That was just there was a spy. It
was entertaining.
It was a content round. Hopefully, I hope GSAT gets a round on the board to make it close. But yeah, I don't know if I can consider that a Ford dominating round, and more so just GCI being very silly.
Yeah, well, we can see what happens with the mid and see if things change in their favor. Bomb coming in for Kuso, but it's fake as usual. I think he's kind of favoring that, making sure that he doesn't commit, unless it looks super favorable for his team. So the spam ultimately still reigning across both sides, trying to soften anyone up. There's not really tons of buffs, but no one's really weak per se, and even if they do, it would be unsurprising if they just get arrowed up for the longevity of things. But more fake bombs, more counter bombs to try to have things happen for each respective team. Artist actually dropping pretty low, as well as Cafes. The health is starting to go much in favor of the side of Ford.
Here comes the Uber exchange, but I think the Ford Uber might be better here. They're pushing hard like they know it is in the collapse.
Artist is dead. May tries to soak away. Will eventually cleaned up the scouts, and Logan on the side of Ford a little bit too strong. And it started off pretty even at the beginning, but overall at some point the damage was just so much in Ford's favor that despite this Uber exchange, they just weren't healthy enough to survive it. And GCI, they find themselves at their last 40% disad, and they're getting like pseudo spawn camped here as they begin to poke around and try to apply some, crit healing, removing damage, and sentry removal from the side of Ford.
I think this half might be over if Ford successfully pushed this last point. It's on them. If they beat this, I'd be surprised. It feels like they're in the driver's seat of this match for now, and GCI really have to make a play happen because there's 16 minutes left. Yeah, but I feel like they haven't gone that much on so far.
Going in, they're going to get blasted back a little bit, but the gun is going to be switched off heavy up on the field, trying to use their soldiers to bomb onto the point to block his players. Artist will eventually fall some no stickies on the field for the side of the right team, trying to counter-initiate jump onto the weak players that are just sitting inside the enemy team spawn area pretty much at the shutter. Heavy on the opposite side, trying to deny as much as possible. They're just sitting on the point, have to get onto it, but not quite enough players close enough to get onto it. The fact that Artist was dead earlier on meant it was free reign for them to stack ×3 or so to make sure this half goes 3-0 in favor of Ford Gaming.
Yeah, it looks like Ford really looks like they had a reason why they picked this map. They do why they wanted to, because that was pretty dominant overall from Ford, excuse me. And it definitely like I think the second round, I don't know if I call it a wash, but it's definitely like I feel like that was more GCI just being stuck with Cafe Spy for 5 minutes as they got kind of rolled from last to last, but I don't know. I feel like the rest of it, or I guess second to last. But I feel like the other two rounds are pretty dominant for Ford. Like that seems GCI definitely. It doesn't look like Villa where it was pretty close.
Yeah, it looks like GCI's last
holding. Oh, Logan.
GCI's last holding leaves something left to be desired. And so far the mids have been like extremely spammy. I don't think I've seen like a very particular strat about like abusing kitchen, or like double bombing really fast onto like a particular target or anything like that. It's just been like, yo, let's chill, let's fake bomb both these teams rather, and whoever gets more damage, pull the trigger, go in. And so far that's been Ford favored really heavily so far. So now we kind of talk about
we're not going to talk about the soldier stats. We're they're sad. They're sad.
It's sad. I mean, it's Snakewater. Realistically, soldier on Snakewater, you can find some good moments.
It's
but
hard.
If your team is not doing well, you will not do well. It's a really snowbally. It's normal to see on some maps where like, oh, Gully Wash, for example, a soldier does great, but a scout does really terrible, and you still find a way to like win the match. But Snakewater, if your demo or your scouts or whatever just like are not hitting the mark due to whatever reason, you're not gonna have a fun time as Soldier.
Yeah.
But now we talk about the deficit though. Deficit. We talked about it before about, it's cool that you can adapt, figure out what your issues are, put yourself back into this match, but you have to flip things around really hard.
You do.
This
You have to win
is
mids.
a 3-0.
You pretty much have to win mids.
And it has to be by a large enough margin that
You can roll the last.
not only do you get 5 rounds, but you do not let the enemy get 2. It's that much of a switch up. You deny them that
the
much.
bare minimum is you get 3 rounds and send it to overtime. That's the bare minimum of what they need to do here.
Yeah, but
Like,
we're
they have
live. They've adapted. They've figured out what they need to change, and we're ready to go.
They need their miracle plays to actually start working. That's what needs to happen. They need to channel whatever is going on map 2 on Villa. They need to channel that energy again. It's a different map, I know, but they can, just map geometry.
True. Actually, Sophie went pretty fast here, but didn't really find anyone to kill. So gonna be a little bit weak, but is gonna be fine. Gonna get arrowed up. Spam going across both sides. No one's really pulling the trigger as per usual. Just a little bit slow pace, trying to get some damage onto the enemy team before you launch yourself forward. Sin gonna actually bomb in, and it's gonna be a full commit for the side of GCI. Landing on Logan, but some of the rockets are missing, but they will eventually get the kill. It's spending both, but Cafes will fall at a lot of weak places to the side of GCI. May, 11 HP, gonna back up and get the pack, and just Caps and May left alive, only getting Logan for that. The plan wasn't that bad, but so many shots were just missed. So they only got damage on the Logan. They literally only got damage on the Logan pretty much. So they expended like 2 or 3 just to get him, and it crumbled from there.
Forward are gonna get second here, and I know what this game or GCI are not gonna be happy about that. Cause yeah, they have Uber for last, so it's not like they're gonna get rolled. It's not like they got hard rolled on mid, but it's not much better in terms of like needing to get rounds. Like they have time, and that's a good opening. They did get Soapy, so maybe they need these Recurso sacks to actually turn into actual plays. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but they need to help Recurso out because I don't blame him for losing. Oh, and he gets 2 shot and lower.
Catfish got a headshot on someone, didn't quite see, but he's trying to swing, trying to get anyone. Logai is not able to be seen. He's actually full committing inside kitchen with one of his scouts. He's going all the way around. He's going for the play, gonna get bombed on one of the soldiers, misses the shot, and Sophie collecting that kill. So high risk, high reward, but the ward is not seen. So 2-man out of your
gonna
own
be back
last.
up for this. Yeah, but they don't have any off classes, so they're able to get through the door. Here comes the Uber from both teams actually, but they're gonna be able to get their spawns. This looks pretty even so far. Someone's gonna have to have a disastrous play, or maybe they're just gonna try to refight. I don't know.
Oh, the pre-fire from Sin, that canceled immediately. Sandblast was peeking and looked if it. He's trying to see if it looked any good at all for the post. Literally ate 3 pre-fire rockets from Sin, juggled up in the air, barely lived. If he probably would have died if he wasn't tanked. So good job from Sin. I think he single-handedly made sure that if there was any chance that Ford was gonna look to dry there, that it was immediately put in the garbage can. So back to square one, both teams building up their Uber Catface up on the sniper. Oh, true. Trying to go in really deep and gets a little bit of damage, but May gonna reset and be all right at the end of the day. Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen like a deep. I know it's early, but I'm surprised I haven't seen like a defensive spy. Maybe they jinxed it for the rest of the game. Here comes poor Recurso.
Oh, popped up.
Oh, you almost. Catface died too.
Oh, once again, 2 people out of last.
This is a they have really bad response too. This is sketch. I agree. It's still, if the Uber exchange has to go well, they need a good Uber exchange here so that way they don't end the fight in their last. And Sin's dead immediately.
Probably.
Actually, he's in a corner. He gets both.
Oh, May barely lit. He arrowed Sin, so he couldn't pop, and because of that, he got dropped.
But the Uber's so much better for Ford. It's so much better.
The train's rolling forward.
They're not getting that much though. They're not getting that much right now. The post actually might. I feel like this post might be okay actually. They're in decent positions.
Logan's alone.
Alpha's on sniper too. Oh, they get Catface though. They need to collect. GCI needs to collect some kills. Recurso bombs. They're gonna get 2 scouts off this, I think.
Yeah, things are looking all right, at least for now.
On
it's still possible that things don't really end their way, but they're trying their hardest. Only a little bit more till Sin respawns. They get some reinforcements.
Sophie
bombing in.
Caps.
And not really quite hitting the mark there. Will not find the kill, and that was some salvage there from the side of GCI.
Yeah, I wonder if they need to do something to get off this last, because this can't go to time, you know what I mean? They can hold last for as long as they want, but if Ford are able to drain 10 minutes off the cap here, that's not going to be a deal. Recurso comes in.
Dead.
Oh, they get Catface. So Recurso actually, Sin actually lives, excuse me, not Recurso. Oh, they're just in, they're fighting this. This is just a dry. And Sophie trying to go to last, they don't know.
Oh no, Sin's on hot on his tails, able to make sure that he's dead, but Artist,
they backed up the last.
Yeah, they backed up to make sure that it was secured, but they left Artist behind. Oh, they're just rolling straight through the door. Yeah, they're at least trying to battle a little bit. Sandblast takes a lot of damage. Uber exchange coming out for both sides. trying to flash each other up. Howard actually threw the shutter on the opposite side, going to fall down and lower. Cause a little bit of distraction.
They're
Going
going
to
to be able to
run
get
through
in for the post though. Rakuso gets bombed off the high ground. They need to have a good post here. And Catface is going to fall immediately. Not a great start. Sin back on the high ground. And Logan and Howard going to die immediately. Alpha trying to come in for the salvage. He's going to shoot. Okay, they're going to double bomb Artist. But Bull Soldier's probably going to die for this.
Yeah, Soapy and Loga, last one's left alive, and Soapy will fall. So it seems like the Dry didn't really work
finally
out.
get off last.
Yes, Dry didn't really work out in their favor. It was promising, honestly, it was promising, but execution was not quite there. So they got Logai out, but the May and friends are able to make sure they're off their last. They've retaken 2, and they only had to give up Artist for it realistically at the tail end there. But they're looking to Dry with no demo, or at least poke around.
Maybe. I've seen crazier things from this team. They're capable of doing anything at any point if they really want to. It's sometimes they just channel the chaos, and they thought about it, but decided to play it safe. They are down 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's building up the rest of their Uber. Going to be pretty much even after all things are said and done here. No off classes for either team. We've seen a little bit of Sniper. We've seen some Spy so far this match. Going to be cookie cutter for at least now. So Ford Gaming in the driver's seat here, got a little bit of an opportunity to at least spot out exactly how GCI is holding, figure out if it's even worth it to sack on a May, or maybe just get some other kill, maybe go Pine, maybe just try to clean up Sin or something, and they can figure out what game plan they want to do to try to break into 2. It looks like lower is going to be the play, at least of a distraction. It might be a commit from the side of Soapy inside Saw, but once again, it would be leaving Saw open if they went for that route, so it might be an opening for GCI to go for it.
Yeah, Soapy, here comes Soapy.
Both soldiers.
They want this. May. Okay, Soapy trades, but it's gonna end up being a 5v4 when GCI want to do anything here. If they elect to do anything at all, looks like Catface is behind.
Oh, he snuck his way through. Yeah, trying to battle at least a little bit, will not get cut off, and they found a way to get in.
He's making space for Crusoe to go in.
Just jump map city. He's right above Logai, but will not quite find his man yet. But he will land on him, taking a little bit of damage, but not quite enough.
Look at them, they're just in. They're in, and they got Logan too. This is massive. They're just, oh my god. The space that they made just playing a jump map actually worked out in their favor, and they get the force, and they kill Soapy. This is going so well for GCI.
And Alpha, the soldiers went a little bit too deep, a little bit overzealous, trying to go behind in the middle of an Uber, just gonna get shot by the Ubered players from the side of the red team. So a lot of dead players on the side of blue team.
And they deny all the explosive classes so they can get into second for free. So I wonder if the Ford Gaming fight this.
No, there's no way.
There's no way. They
But Alpha Spy, he's out of the shutter. He's going for it again. He wants the third stab.
The absolute madman.
He's gotten 2. He's looking for the hat trick.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3 right now, I think. Yeah, 2 for 3.
Yeah.
The third one he didn't even die, so that one's kind of like whatever. We can forget about that one, but we'll have to see if what he can pull off here. Again, don't know if they expect almost watching these spies. It's just
he bumped a soldier.
What happens?
I'm surprised he didn't look at Rakuso as he was walking so close to him.
Rakuso was kind of wandering around. I don't know. Rakuso was like spinning in circles, not because he was Spyro, or because he was just like walking around the map. It was kind of strange.
Yeah, bomb from Rakuso, actually, speaking of the devil, bombing in to try to get some damage onto Logan. Oh, he resupplying, barely lives at low HP, so 1-for-1 trade now. Soapy falling. Yep, getting forced, walking in to try to get the point.
Okay, there's a soldier to block the point. Okay, they managed. This actually isn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah, Ford able to salvage just a little bit. Actually, getting Sin and Cavies at the tail end of that's going to be pretty helpful for them, trying to push out into 2. Poke around in lobby, trying to see what they can see. They clear the traps, and they're ready to push out through Bats and Cheese. Both the tails trying to make as much space as possible. The red team is still here, though. Getting some damage onto Howard, who will surf his way back, but Caps is going to be caught out from the bomb from Alpha.
Signal back up.
They're trying to shoo them out, and it looks like GCI, there's my quota. GCI recognizes a little bit more than they can choose to back up to mid and get ready for this hold. With 1 player down, Ford's going to try to pressure the issue and see if it looks good enough for them to poke through. Oh, never mind. Sandblast dead.
There goes Sandblast.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Back to 2.
Happens. Yeah, I've noticed oh, you know what it was? It was because Seeds. I was looking at the profile picture. Oh, they're pushing. Never mind. Ignore profile pictures. They're just in. They're just drawing. I don't know what happened. I guess the Sandblast pick is enough. They could just walk in through lower for free and get a kill while doing it.
They technically had a really small ad, and they're still trying to move as if it still exists, but it's going to equalize here. It's mostly just a player pick here.
They have player who will not be named ad. They have Demo scratching his nose going kind of ad.
Yeah, they're trying to work their way in. You have a soldier actually really deep trying to land onto Logan, who will eventually surf his way back, but he's on the chase and will get cleaned up. So unable to find him, and Cappy's trying to clean him as well, but
will eventually.
He barely. What? All right, he gets his man Demo dead, expanded 2 for it though, so that's
really
probably gonna
do much
spell
off
it.
at it, though.
I don't think either team really moved, honestly.
They kind of just, that was a good play because it prevented Ford from like doing an aggressive push out. It solidified, yeah, we're on second. GCI want to do stuff off of this. They know that the doors are kind of free and they're just peeking. Artist has a carpet at his feet and he's spamming pipes and he's very happy.
Sandblast is checking for off classes, so he knows that right now the red team is full cookie cutter. No spy or anything like that. Yeah, he's on sniper himself, so might get a pick.
I think Caps instantly spotted it. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, the surprise factor is gone, but we've seen Sandblast sniper, not too
really
bad this match.
Yeah,
he's
just in. They don't know.
Oh, 2-man bomb coming in.
I thought he was just gonna cap.
He's running across. Low guy's in the spawn though. Will resup and will not find anyone.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the cap.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just thought that the medic would be around the corner, but Low guy is playing passive enough to where these 2-mans, they gotta find a different target.
They're trying to peek Sandblast here for the play, and they get the force actually. They get the force. Caps is running in. They're trying to go for some plays. They get Sophie off of the sack, but that's gonna be it. There's gonna be too many hero players. Are they gonna get They get Logan. That's a massive play.
Okay, that's a
the
salvage.
Catface is on spy too. So they're gonna have to wait for Logan. Catface is gonna be in perfect position here to be in the back half because of that Logan pick. So these 2 Logan picks that they have gotten off of Sketch just holding W to him are really paying off. But and they're gonna get the gun too.
Yeah, the Uber does come out. Yeah, able to walk their way through, able to clean up. Caps trying to chase as many people as possible, trying to get the kill on Sin as he jumps away in grass. Will eventually clean up by the side of Catface, but they're all leaving.
Wait, Sophie's on last piece, sir.
But he has to reset though. Oh, the one revolver! And that is all she wrote for this round. Oh no! They stacked it! Oh my god, I wasn't looking at my HUD. I'm blind. They did not I mean, it was a good and, fruitful. It was a fruitful endeavor, but not in the way they necessarily needed. They got some kills to slow things down, but
to put repush into second here. This isn't a repush into mid, I guess. I'm surprised Ford are this aggressive. They have super huge. This is crits or something.
They have spawn dis out here.
This is crits.
Looking.
This is no. They just have much better Uber. Okay. I'm surprised Ford are that aggressive. I guess they're just looking. Yeah, but I assume GCI are gonna do something off of this. Why are they fighting?
They got a kill while they were poking. They got the arrow kill onto Sin.
Sophie tried this
that crag. They almost get Catface. There's so many red health plays from the side of GCI, and Sophie's behind.
They're gonna have to
Low guy has gotten both picks. He's killed both soldiers.
Artist is caught. Okay, he lives. Catface is behind.
Oh, Sophie bomb. Uber coming in. Uber exchange inside Saw, and Sophie making sure they collapse. Oh no, no Doman alive for the side of the red team. Just 3 left alive, and they've lost all their positioning. They're
look how close they're holding.
They really want to stuff this as much as possible. Power going
they're
for
rolling Sandblast, but now they're going to be caught if they try to back up. This is such a risky play.
Oh,
Power's going to go in for a play though. If this is so wild.
Dropping out a window.
If May, oh, okay. Actually, they managed to buy time there. Look at this. The spawners are in. The spawners are in. Rakuso, he gets 1, and Low guy's like 5 health. They get Low guy. They may died for it though.
Yeah, just barely died there. 5 HP. Actually, a little bit of a duel behind Caps versus
Logan gets
Sophie.
Wait, Artist hit a big pipe onto Logan. Caps is behind.
Yeah, a little bit of a duel with Sophie, but he's still alive at least for now, trying to find him and catch him out. A little bit of a duel happening over on the train instead, but Alpha cleaning up that kill. So, Low guy dead after all said and done. May still alive. They gave up a point, but they have added. Well, it's K. Yeah. It's so small.
This is where time starts coming in. They need 3 rounds, and it's been a 0-0. I wouldn't be surprised if we see crits or some shenanigans happening at this point, because I think Ford are very happy to park the bus here.
This ad is going to be extremely hard to use if you decide you even want to use it at all, realistically. Yeah. But we've seen them play. They could. If they pushed off of this right now, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah,
like like you look at the HUD and it's like, no, they're not gonna push off of it, but like,
yeah, it's
look at them.
Yeah,
they're going for it.
They know. Yeah, I think they're also they get.
Oh, Artist won.
Yeah, they managed to clutch up. Look at those stickies are okay.
Oh, Sandblast behind. Oh, Sandblast. Oh, Sandblast. No one was lower. Not a single soul was lower.
Massive plays from Sandblast. That's a 4-0. So GCI are gonna. I think we're gonna see it in terms of. I think GCI is just gonna start full sending and hope they can just make a bunch of miracles happening, because GCI have their back against the wall right now. It's match point. Their season's over if they lose this round, or if they just don't get 4.
Yeah, it could all come down to this. The mid will definitely set the pace here. I'm curious to see if we've been seeing some slow gameplay so far for mid fight, just spam based. Curious to see if that's going to change at all. I guess it'd mostly be on the side of GCI if they change that at all, because Forward, I think they're happy with how mids are going, at least for now. Going to be pretty much normal in terms of what we've seen so far this match. You see soldiers go in the air, but it's just to get a little bit better spam and draw some fire away from their teammates, but Still looking for the big damage to actually initiate off of and launch yourself into the enemy team. Doesn't really look like anything's happening. It might be one of those weird, like, Uber exchange mids.
Sandblast said GG in chat already. If he jinxes it, I'm gonna laugh so hard. The odds are very slim.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that would be really
Logan
funny.
almost dead. Got arrowed up. Bomb coming in from one of the soldiers onto Logai. Is unable to find anything, but Sandblast falling as well.
They get the force. They get the force.
Yep, Sin gonna give up his life for that force. They have a little bit of advantage, but Sophie's still behind. They Sam onto Alpha. Yeah, Uber will come out trying to chase down as many people as possible. Bomb from Artist trying to get as much damage as possible onto Howard. Will take the pack, and it's actually Catface is dying in the back line.
There's so many players behind, and May might be caught out here. It depends if they can get this collapse or not.
Yeah, it's a little bit awkward positioning, honestly. This is
yeah, this is very awkward. Having your demo behind is such a strange position. Look at Logan. He does. I don't think he knows what to do.
He just bombs. Yeah, he's going. He's doing it. Oh, he hits his head. Oh no. Artist cleaning up those kills though.
Might die.
Almost dies for HP.
Sandblast got too greedy. This is what Ford, the exact opposite of Ford needed to do. I feel like they just needed to turtle this game out, and they just gave him an opening to push into last.
You don't want to get too overconfident here because they're going to lead you to dropping rounds. You always see that happen where a team goes up and then they start playing a little sloppy and ends up fighting them.
If Ford, by some miracle, manages to, not miracle, but by some tragedy manages to lose this, that will be the most infamous GG I've ever seen.
Oh, so much damage! Logai is able to reset though, so it's just Logan that will fall.
I think they're just drying. They have the kills to dry. Actually,
a lot of Ford players.
They want to anyway. They kind of have to. Here comes the Uber. They don't have it. They gotta get these kills if they get to.
There's no scout speed. There's no scout speed, and they have a demo versus the heavy. The arrows though. The arrows.
Play the point. They're gonna play the point. They gotta kill Logai. They get him. Head. They got the head kill. Okay, GCI on the board. Did Sandblast jinx it? There's no way he jinxed it.
I mean, that would be a very funny reverse sweep. We've seen a couple of reverse sweeps.
This would be one of the most extreme reverse sweeps of all time, like top 5. Yeah, there's no way.
This would be quite the scripted match.
GCI have to just win 1 round, or just not lose 3 rounds in 9 minutes. Or 13 minutes, excuse me.
We're getting ready for another Uber exchange type of mid here. Slow paced once again. A lot of damage on the low guy, dropped extremely low, 50 HP, has to back up for the pack. Bombs coming in from the blue soldiers, actually committing on to as many players as they can, actually cleaned up Artist. A lot of red players falling. May is pretty much out of there, Sophie behind, getting ready to cut him off, and he will find him pop there, air shot onto
Sophie
May.
Gonna get
Catface falling as well, so nice play from Sophie.
What needed.
He recognized that mid was over, so he went for the big play and got the last 2 players alive from the side of GCI, and this is what Ford needs. They're in a pretty good spot, and they could really end it all right here.
And they could have their spawn camp, but they're trying to go for a GCI or have their back against the wall. I think Ford are going to take their time with this push too. They know that they can burn a little more time off the clock, even if they fail this last push.
Yeah, a pretty good spot. Full overhead gun going up for the side of Cap, so only 1 defense. Pretty good balance. You got your off class, but not the double defense we saw in the first half that made them unable to block the point. So we're going to see what Ford does here against a pretty standard last hole from the side of GCI. Popping in, trying to get this down as fast as possible. Will collect it. Clearing off Sticky's actually going for the point face. Soldiers bombing in from the spawn, trying to clean as many players as possible, but it's actually Artist that is going to fall. They get a low guy off the board, but for what cost?
The point time.
Yep, trying to get on the point.
Logan's on the point. Can they stop him?
Trying to run forward.
Sandblast is hiding in a corner. Sandblast is hiding in a corner and spawn. He wins off of this. They're on the point. They're on the point. They know.
He gets a surprise shot, but killed by May. May, he's still the medic that has the most kills in Invite as
he has so
his
many
class.
head kills. Yeah, GCI literally pretty much forced to fight this.
Oh, Sophie?
Sophie?
He's causing some chaos.
Oh
no, he's out. Okay.
He maybe could have made it, but couldn't have captured. So GCI have a breath of life with full Uber. They have to, I wonder, do you think that this is where Ford starts going for miracle plays of themselves? Because they know they just need 1 to work.
I think it's definitely a moment where you could end up changing things for no reason just to try to end it. With the bomb coming in, a lot of damage on Artist might not fall in, but 3 HP! Barely lives, and no one else is in to actually clean up that frag, so Sophie just dying all for naught, but it does create a little bit of space and time to allow Logai to get an Uber of their own, but GCR is still pushing as if this is ad, although they do have a pick to work off at the very minimum, so it might just be a really wonky exchange trying to create some space. Are the red soldiers, 1 bombing and fake bombing, other one inside the enemy team cheese trying to push some damage on the Howard. Sandblast actually running forward,
back up the damage, and I think,
Ford spam is just,
it's insane.
I feel like maybe like 8 times out of 10. When it comes to just raw spam, Ford is coming out on top.
Oh, definitely. I don't know who it is exactly. It might be Alpha, or it might be Sophie. It might be Logan hitting pipes. I don't know what it is, but someone's hitting a lot of damage. We'll see on the scoreboard, I guess. But here comes another dry. They kind of have to.
Yeah, you really got to play this super fast pace. Trying to bomb in, going for Logan. They're so far back, though. You're not able to get anything if you're jumping from that far away. And Sin might get caught out, too. Dropped extremely low, but will actually barely escape. 3 HP going to take the pill. Chased down by Sandblast at the end of the day. A little bit of a greedy play, but worked out in his favor. He's in Saw alone. Gets caught out. That's 3 dead. Oh, no. And the play from them is not working out.
Loguy's going to be hurt, though. Loguy eats the trap, and they have to pop first. So this Uber is going to be a little bit better for GCI, maybe. They have to, but the post-Uber positioning is all forward, it looks like. Actually,
they have some respawners coming in. They have to play the super fast. Sandblast able to make sure their Kuso is cleaned up. Arts is kind of out of nowhere. May he gets the pack, but Sandblast is behind. Sandblast with a huge play. Make sure the meta cast falling. Might get caps still. No, he will fall in. Make sure that kill is collected. But Mayfrag, it's pretty good. They're in a pretty good spot. They've taken back mid. They have an ad to work with a lock on, and Catface. Well, even if he kills Alpha here, yeah, Alpha dies, but he still has another kill on the board. Yeah, that might be what they need, honestly. If Caps doesn't do anything here.
Actually, he's going for the long con. Loguy turns around, he knows.
Oh, he's not going to find anything here. It's a distraction for Soldier. Bombing in. No,
the damage is insane, but he
second rocket miss.
Those rockets were
second miss.
Yeah, those rockets, that was like a 300 damage rocket that didn't kill anyone. That was insane. This is... It's still possible. 9 minutes to get 3 rounds is doable, but it's just getting tighter and tighter. And they have Uber Disad to work with. They have a Putis. They don't even have an engineer.
Yeah, 2 dead, Disad, no guns.
Soldier gonna die
dead as well. He had to die for that. Now
there's only stickies on point. That's all there is to block it.
Just corner capping.
The point time?
Soldier's there. Getting a little bit of damage. Sandblast is dead, trying to land as much as they get, but they've lost a lot. It's a 4v4 for the post-Uber now.
Fall.
Howard's gotten a couple kills, will eventually fall to the side of the artist. Logan is actually just full committing, walking towards the point, away from his teammates. Gonna get a little bit shot down, but will be at least alive for now. But I think, yeah, Ford recognized the respawners are not in their favor for longevity of that fight. Yeah, it's red team's favorite if they stuck to that too long. So it's a good job for them backing up. But GCI, they're in a good spot.
They have to put the pedal to metal on it. Sophie's in for some particular reason. I'm not. I guess just
space for his team.
Oh, they have a sniper.
Alpha sniper.
He only hits the body shot though, and they know about it. He's in Saw and he's gonna back up. I don't know about the sniper just because GCI's gonna be pushing anyway, so they're just gonna be Ubering in. Like, he's relying that he has to hit shots. He doesn't have the opportunity to sit around and wait. You know what I mean? Because he knows they're just gonna full send. And Catface dies to a trap. That's a good opening. And here comes another two immediately. Maybe the sniper did work out, and Sophie's behind now. This is a disaster.
Oh no! This is quite the crumble.
It's just Rakuso and May, and they're leaving the last.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be rough. May is able to keep his Uber Rakuso staying in to make sure that May is able to get out, but they got a little bit of hope there with that last soul immediately. Just the execution on mid just a bit squandered. One from a trap, one from a body shot, and now the train is rolling. Blue team funneling forward, trying to get a force while there's very little people from the side of GCI.
But I think they're getting a lot of kills here. Actually, the exchange game.
Yep, their Uber's much better though, like 40% better.
Logan's gonna die though. They don't have a demo here to put stickies on the point to block it. That's gonna make it a lot tighter. And Ford are gonna have probably they're gonna have to back up here. They still have a sniper on their side who is actually dead now. And look at the health. Sandblast isn't lower, but they know Sandblast isn't lower. It's just Rakuso for Sandblast. Sandblast isn't last. There's 2 players on last actually. They're both going for back caps. It's just Rakuso and he's not gonna get it. Sandblast. Does he get it? He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
Both scouts go back. Oh my god, they took both scouts off to literally run back to last and block that to keep themselves alive in the game and keep us awake and up and not asleep. Logan's gonna get bumped. The shot from Alpha though collecting Sin. It's a pretty good spot to be in, making sure you collect that frag. Gonna even things up. Now with the players pretty much even, Ford might want to try here.
This is just turning into a DM server.
Yeah, the ad though from the side of May, only 10% more. It's a bit tricky to actually get it in a good spot because the sniper is still up in the field watching all these sightlines. They're kind of pinned.
They can still go though. They can be invincible. Look at this. They're full sending. They're full sending. They're not getting any kills though. They're getting Logan. That's it. Sandblast is behind. He's gonna. Sophie's behind too. He's going for the back end, but the mid cap time, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. A little bit of a soldier duel, though,
they're trying to fight.
Bare minimum.
Yeah. This is GCI just needs to roll the last. Ignore your spawners, roll the last. Sophie's behind. It's 2 up. They need to go into last right now, I think.
Yeah, they need 3 rounds in 6.5 minutes, so they got to really keep the ball rolling. Sophie is still behind, so it might be a factor that eventually plays in, but probably won't. It might get cleaned up, actually, depending on how things go. But yeah, they're actually going back a little bit. I guess at the end of the day, it's just a distraction. Ford do have ad in this scenario, so GCI can't exactly push in quite yet. Unless they just drive the fact that Sophie's behind.
I think they might
take a 6v5, but it might be a surprise Uber that catches them out. Sandbox is in, but it's just a solo. There's
is in and they don't know. He's just on last.
Oh my! There's no second person. Where were they? Where were all the people? There was not a second person in the group, but there was no one watching the door that Catface went through. Where's Ford?
He just went through drop down. He just walked through drop down, and they were just looking at the other doors. That Catface, if they win that, it's because Catface just randomly pushed drop down and got it. 2 rounds left in 5 minutes and 47 seconds. It's doable. It's really tight. It's gonna be hard, but it's doable.
Yeah, they got a couple fights left in them, honestly. I mean, they can really do this. It really only takes 60 seconds for things to really turn your way from across 3 points. So if this mid goes in GCI's favor, they are still in a pretty good spot. Well, Double Bomb immediately coming in, launching Logai up into the air, will eventually escape into his own saw. Catface is on the chase, trying to click the kill, but Logai will eat the pack and will eventually get cleaned up from the side of Soapy. Bombs continuing to coming in from the red team, but they're getting cleaned up very heavily. I can only imagine soon by the side of Ford. They're on the chase, but actually it looks like they're a little bit too far back. Sin eats some damage, but is able to escape. Have some more spam coming from Alpha, getting so much damage to make sure they can't exist on 2 in any capacity, but those will be all the kills they get at mid. And the rest of GCI.
Here comes the second fight. You know they're gonna do it. It's just
that's true.
They can't afford to hold last, and here it comes. They're trying to get it. Soapy's actually gonna fall. No, that's Alpha. Okay, Alpha's gonna fall super low, and so they get second, so here comes a mid fight, and they're down the roamer. Sandblast on Sniper. If they go lower, oh, they're not going lower. He doesn't have the angle.
Oh, a lot of damage though.
He
gets a kill. That's something.
They still Cat's
this
solo too. They're still going anyway.
They're so destroyed inside Saw. They're just gonna stay screw it.
They
no, they dropped Scout. They brought 3 into the Uber exchange. What's happening right now? Logo popped in the air trying to chase him down. Dropped to 18 HP. Will get the arrow mid-air and continue to live, and Artist will eventually fall. Just Soldiers and a medic left alive trying to get the Soapy Meister, who is behind, creating chaos, and the Sniper's just deep in grass trying to take pot shots. Will body shot May, but May will go ahead and get out. The nice shot on the Soapy. But
May might be caught out here. Maybe be caught out.
He's gonna chase down. Farm for the Soldiers. Uber coming out though. May is nowhere near having it. This is just continuing to go Ford's favor. This could be it. Potentially.
Could be it.
We've seen that many times before though, where Ford kind of screws up here. So it's totally possible. They got some players left alive. They're holding down the fort at least for now. Artist popped in the air really weak.
Demo's on point. Demo's on point. No one's here to fight him. Artist hits the pipe. He's won. He's won.
They barely salvaged this for like what, the 3rd time in a row? We're still here.
Ford can't push last.
We're still playing the last couple minutes of this game.
Artist lived with 1.
Soapy.
Wait.
Soapy.
Wait.
He gets a shot. No, Soapy gets 2.
What?
The play, the edge bug in the corner to salvage that and put his team back on the map in a good spot. Despite the cap going in favor of GCI, now they have ad to work with long term.
This is just going to be dry fights until someone loses.
This is not a good spot for GCI to be in.
3 minutes, they have to dry. They literally have to dry right now. This is Sniper.
This is gonna take like 2 minutes to get out of, and then a minute to get. They have to push out now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised they don't have the time to sit on last. They're just standing around. Did they give up?
Maybe they aren't looking. I feel like maybe not mathematically, realistically, if you just let them use their Uber to push, you don't have enough time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have to win this next bit so hard. It's insane.
They have to really snowball it. Immediately pushing in, getting a little bit corner capping, Soldier bombing in, try to create some space to, deny thing. Raguso is going to fall for that. Catface dropping low, will die. Shot coming in to make sure Soapy is falling, but so many flies are dropping from the side of GCI and May. Unable to protect the point, and finally the match is over. It's been quite the night, but Ford will come out on top in this BO3, taking the 3rd map of Snakewater to lead them, continuing their play into the lower bracket, while the side of GCI, after all said and done, go home with 4th place.
Yeah. I think Artist played a great game, but I think the game, it's gotta hurt not being able to get Alex.exe. I feel like they definitely missed having him.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks if you usually don't get very much practice on particular maps in playoffs because there's so many to play, and your teammates need different ones too.
Yeah.
So and then you don't even play with the guy that you're streaming with, but the replacements honestly for Seeds and Sin and Alex, the winning team players coming in, not bad. So I really think it comes down to the execution overall from Ford. They had some shaky moments, lost a map, but overall a little bit more superior.
Oh,
so
are we doing interviews? I've had enough. No.
Oh, we do rapid fire interviews here. We do rapid fire because it's getting late, but we got some people filing in. So we can get through this.
Fuck.
Yo.
All right.
Dude.
So
I think we have some questions for Alpha.
I'm going to sleep.
Should I?
God, no.
No. let's keep it fast. Let's stick to map. Let's talk about each map one time. So let's go with the first one. Let's talk about Sunshine. What are your thoughts about how Sunshine went?
First one. So we wait an hour, and then Samus comes in here and says, "Alpha deny them all the ringers." When it's actually my whole team agreeing. It's my whole team agreeing.
Mom and Dad are arguing again.
Let me talk. So you know, we're like, okay, we're gonna forfeit, I guess. We all agreed, and then they're like, oh, do you approve artists? Oh, they approve artists. Okay, we're taking RGLgg, I guess. So then, we start the match, and I'll take you to the first map. Well, what happened first map? They got fucking rolled. There you go.
All right, can you talk a little bit about the mishaps that might have happened on Villa that you kind of had to shake off coming into Snakewater?
The map is awful. Sopigar ran at like a fucking. They were like NPCs running at him. I watched it. Like when he was like going fountain, they were literally all going like fucking gremlins like after him. And what else? I stabbed May like 3 fucking times, but like it didn't matter. And then we started mauling, so we fucking lost because they just like pushed in very aggressively into us. We couldn't figure out how the fuck to like live when they were just chasing us, like even Ubers. Like I don't know, they were just like getting picks on us and shit, and we weren't good at pushing out of last.
Any other thoughts from Logan and Soapy about the first 2 maps? How you won your pick, but didn't necessarily come on top in the second one.
Sunshine, I think, went just about as expected. I don't know. Like I feel like we're gonna win that map. Like we've been having like really good scrim results against. Oh, someone's calling me. Oh, it's fucking Sandblast. Oh god. All right, hold on. Like we're gonna have to get the Sandblast interview over the phone, like he did to me. Hold up.
He has the mumble.
Like I just want everyone to understand, like everything we made a decision as a team, and just because I'm the spokesperson, it's like not shit talk real, man. It's so stupid.
Alright, Sandblast is on. He's on speaker now.
I held the poop in for about 4.5 hours, not even gonna lie.
Alright, is that all you gotta say, Sandblast?
I
My guy.
mean, I'm on the toilet, not gonna lie. I wanted to be in the interview.
Alright, that's enough of Sandblast.
yeah, yo, and I just want to say, we offered them ringers too, just so you know. We told them.
Offer?
Yeah, I said, get Chunky, get fucking Monster, get Sapphics, use Sapphics scrims 2 days in a row. Just get one of them. Like, we would accept them, but they just kept writing up, not saying a word to us. And Sin was just typing some fucking autistic shit. Like, I don't even know what's going on, man. Like, they were just like sitting here for 1 hour, and then Seeds went to bed, so we needed a fucking Mad Ringer. Which they tried to deny, by the way. It was kind of funny, because they ranked someone from their fucking team.
So when it comes to Snakewater, you guys obviously came up on top on that one. What do you think was the main thing that led to your success? You had a pretty dominant first half.
Well, we just had their mids figured out. Like that was really it. Like we knew. Like I feel like they do a lot of like fade bombs, and like I don't know. I feel like we just had them down there on the mids. Other than that, like I don't think we did anything that special.
Yeah, like when we discussed it pre-game, so we didn't really scrim Snakewater at all because we were aiming to end in 2 maps, and then we went to the 3rd one, so we were like, okay, we didn't really practice this, but let's just like play our game. And Sambas did a good job, like admits, like he was calling pre-round with me what to do, and RGLgg told us, dude, their soldiers just like fade bombing, so just fucking like farm them when they land somewhere, or go aggro when we get damaged, because they're not going to be able to do anything, or like shoot anyone. And yeah, I think we did a really good job collapsing on them, and especially defending, like when we lost like mid or we got pushed back, we did a really good job defending second. So like our scouts and like Soapy just fucking owned so hard, and Logan was just like cold. Like Logan literally was piping the world,
so
man.
fucking well, dude. I'm so proud of my baby. I raised him.
This is like the most this is like the most well deserved like 3rd place, I would say, for Logan and Howard. Like they played so fucking well this season.
Any thoughts about the series, Logan, overall?
You know, it was fun. Just wanted to play TF2. I hated that it took so long, but you know, I had fun game.
Positive vibes. You love to hear it.
Sandblast, late addition to the interview. You got any final thoughts about how the overall, playing through the 3 maps? Got to go to the 3rd map, but
That
still
shit
come
was
up on top.
easy. No cap.
Easy?
I'll play it again.
Not even a bead of sweat on your
Oh,
forehead?
No.
please don't play it again. We'll be here all night.
No, easy.
Any questions from Space Ghost?
Yes.
Final thought?
Do you have questions for me, Sandblast?
Yeah.
What's up?
How was the cast?
Tiring,
Yeah,
but
voice is dry. You got the
honestly, I had 2 bottles of water, and I'm glad I got them. I'm glad there was enough memes that the game was not boring.
I can't go to sleep.
We podcasted the first hour and got
Yeah,
like
that
300 viewers.
Yeah, I wonder how did that go? Was it just
It was
filling
All
Dead
from
Space? Was it hard or?
It is. you just
Yeah.
run out of things to talk about that are like even tangentially
You start
TFT
making
related.
polls. You start making.
No,
I
I
want to
literally,
talk
like-
about the match.
Like I go start at first. I start looking at hats. Then I start like who was the best loadout, that kind of stuff. Then I like start talking about random stuff, like random
Logan's
niche
me.
stuff. And then you get into like stories about like things that happened.
That match was
Jesus.
for Sin Karma. That was for him.
Did you guys
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
shit talk?
Hashtag
about
I feel
for Sin
bad for
Karma.
Sin
That
Yeah,
match
well,
was
I
for Sin.
always-
That match was for Sin Karma.
That was
The
for you, Sin
stream-
Karma.
The stream didn't see it, but we did. And
I always
we
try to.
we read
I
some of
always
them out.
tell
We read
people
some of
they
them
should
out.
talk.
Dude,
It's
did
too
you
funny
see-
to not.
Did you see how like we kept asking them? Okay, can you get one guy already? Like we
They
suggested
finessed Sin
ringers,
Karma
and they
for
ignored
what?
it.
They finessed Sin Karma for what? For what?
No.
For what? Fourth again? Odd.
I
That one was for
honestly
Sin
think
Karma.
Sin Karma had like really good synergy with him.
He
this
was the
season,
best
I
player on
thought.
that team.
Well, alright, well, your run is still going on. Still got more matches to play. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, we're winning invite, dude. Like,
We're
Cool.
losing
I
5-0
mean-
both maps. We're playing
Bro,
Snakewater.
we're coming for
Season's
you.
over.
Do you really think it's gonna be 5-0? Do you
Yes.
don't think you're not gonna be able to like put up a fight or put
Don't
some runs on the
Maybe
board?
don't
If
don't
we
listen
get-
to Sam Last.
if we get, like-
Don't listen to this
if-
fucking idiot.
If we get one round, every round we get, I'll donate $5 to any charity of a witness
Any
gaming's
charity?
choosing. Any
Me
charity.
too. Me too. Hold
Dude,
on.
We'll have
yeah.
to put up a straw poll
Yeah.
or something.
I just want to say that Witness was like literally almost beating Froyo last night, so I don't know how
Yeah,
well we're
they're
gonna
kinda
do
crackheads, not
against
gonna
them.
lie. Those guys are kind of goated.
Like artists,
Just kill him as spy, forehead.
I see Witness Gaming and GCI scrimming until 2 a.m. Eastern. These guys want it, and I know GCI or Witness Gaming has what it takes
Yeah.
to beat Froyo, and I want to see GlobalClan get a dub. He deserves a dub.
Like artists is
Yeah,
having
shouts to the little guy, dude.
artists is having a really good fucking run, so like
Yeah,
it's
they
definitely
want it,
doable
bro.
for them.
They want it. If like in a world where we fucking beat them, I would low key I would tell them to move on because I know they're better than us against Froyo. They have their playstyle like down pat, it seems. They're fucking crazy, dude. That's that roster's nuts. I thought Artist. I gotta give Artist his props. That guy playing against him, I didn't think it was gonna be like a lot, but
They get to
he-
play
he-
against him next week too.
Yeah, he's a solid player, dude. Definitely came from the came from the trenches like Soapy did.
Oh, by the way,
Bro, we climbed up.
we had insider news that they were messaging Benny mid-match on Sunshine
Oh
Tasking
yeah,
for
that was
fucking
cringe,
advice.
bro. yeah, Cafe's messaged Banny like, "Yo, what do we do against this team?" Apparently, it's stupid as fuck. I don't even know why.
Like, I'm sure that advice worked really well for you guys.
Yeah, they
They're
lost.
trying to
them,
win.
I
They're
don't
trying
care.
their best to win.
Yeah, dude, I don't care. I'm not going to sleep. It's already
Winning is
fucking
stupid.
4.
Yeah, well, ultimately, you guys come out on top. You still got some matches to play, but I think it's probably about time to wrap up the stream. But before we go, do you guys have any last-minute shout-outs before you know, kind of end things?
Yeah.
Here you
Shout out to Sin fucking Karma. That one was for you.
go. Shout out to Sin Karma. Shout out to my boys on Mal. You know who you are. Shout out to the Malcord. Shout out to my team. Plays really fucking well. Shout out to Lol Guy saving me 2 fucking playoffs in a row. Holy shit. Thank you, Lol Guy.
Yeah, Siege was ready to go. Siege was gonna pass out, bro. It was bad. It was bad. Siege was so tired. I felt so bad for him.
Any shout-outs
Logan,
from
you wanna
Logan
go?
and Soapy?
Shout out to the team. Thanks, Slow Guy, for stepping in. Shout out to my Highlander team. We're gonna win, I believe. And,
CM,
Oh,
baby.
don't
shout
jinx
out
it.
to
Don't jinx it.
even though he's
I'm
asleep.
just
Nope,
saying,
nope,
everyone
nope.
from last-
The
the Avengers
Avengers
are
are-
coming to
Are
the
the
Avengers.
Avengers coming back for
The
Highlander?
Avengers.
Except I won't be here next week, so.
Ah,
Oh.
shit.
It's
Wait,
my
really?
birthday. It's
We're
my
missing.
birthday.
On
We're,
Monday?
we're
Missing
missing.
August
like
1st.
Captain America. You're missing
Sorry.
like one of the best Avengers.
We're missing a few Infinity Stones.
I am
dude, but he
Iron
should
Man, by the
be.
way. Just, you guys know.
You're Iron Man, dude. Whatever, man.
Logan, I got you a 3rd place for your birthday.
Okay.
Oh.
I got. I have a couple shout outs. Some really important shout outs.
Okay.
I'm
Shout out
ready
to
for the memes.
Shout out to Drifta. Shout out to Maxi. Shout out to Krung. Shout out to Garda Panteri,
Hell
the
yeah.
ETF12 team.
Yes.
The fucking goats.
Those guys are good.
Shout out to
Lucky.
Season 5 Witness Gaming. Shout out to Season 4 Mal. Or, not Mal, Morning Light. Shout out to Cap. Shout out to the little guy. And, yeah. Shout out
Shout
to Old Dunk Masters. all I
Also,
got.
shout out to Shnakiv. He's watching from afar. He's our team spirit animal.
Anything
us
from
afloat.
you, from
the
you
rest.
space that's not skis? Because skis is pretty much a guaranteed chat from you every.
my only shout out is skis.
Alright, makes sense. Well, definitely shout out to the production Dolphin for hanging with us and Space Ghost as well for going through this long ass match. Shout out to all the players for putting on a show, and everyone who stuck around throughout this entire thing. This stream's been on for 4.5 hours. Why are you still here? It's time to go to bed. So it's gonna be done for tonight. If you want to watch more TF2, I think there's Highlander Playoffs Monday. We just talked about it, so wanted to watch that. The rest of the Sixes matches yet to be scheduled, but probably like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, someone around there. You'll figure it out. You'll find it. You can look on YouTube or the website or whatever. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. But for tonight, we're done. It's time to head out. Thank you all for watching. I've been Jarrett, casting with Space Ghost with Dolphin on production. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Shout out to Karma.